love them so much.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tales from the Fountain Troop. Their double feature
Pro loves
week.
dogs.
Yay! We all love dogs.
Yay.
Dogs are great.
We do.
Everyone should love dogs and cats and your preferred pet as well. I'll even permit birds, even though I personally think they're a little disgusting.
Birds aren't real.
Birds
are real.
are government.
And
why do they
drones.
poop so much?
Even if I like cats, cats don't like
To
me.
annoy you personally. Dogs aren't my biggest fan, I will say.
Precious will love you.
Cats love me though.
Cats and dogs. Well, I could see that. You have cat energy. Bree.
I think I got jumped on by a few too many dogs when I was a kid, so I think my nervousness around them sometimes it translates.
But if you are enjoying what we're doing, there are a few ways you can support the show. On our Beacons page, we have a link to Hero Forge, so you can grab yourself some cool minis if you're into or have the luxury of playing in-person games, or maybe you just like to collect minis and paint minis. That's cool too.
They recently added some different body types, which I'm very happy
Yeah,
about.
and they are working to add dice at some point that you can fill.
So stay tuned. Fun new things on there as well. We also have a link to our Redbubble for all of the fun merch stuff. We just had a slew of new designs added, so get yourself some cool new merch. Rep your Thug Life stuff, or Hoodlum, or Emotional Hentai. Take your pick.
I don't know if Thug Life is up yet, actually.
Okay, maybe.
It will be soon.
Put a
Keep an
pin
eye out
in
for
Thug
it.
Life.
I don't know why it isn't.
But we also have our coffee on our Beacons page for a direct donation, so you can just slap us a $5 and we'll thank you for it. That's all you get.
Oh, Thug Life is up now.
Oh, hey!
Yay!
Take the pin out of
You
Thug
can
Life.
you can do the thug life.
It is marked as mature, I think, was the way I got around it for some.
Yes.
That's valid.
Oh,
I don't know.
Huh?
Alright.
You just clicked a few buttons and it worked.
I think because it said Thug on it. I don't know.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
wonder if that's why they flagged it, because it says thug on it.
But yeah, because emotional hentai is also marked as mature.
Yeah.
That one
But
makes
that one
sense.
makes
That one
makes
makes
more
sense.
That one I might have marked as mature.
Yeah,
so I
that's
think
why
that's why
I'm-
it got through faster, because I marked
That's
it
why
as mature.
We need
Smart
that one
Thug
in a
Life,
different
'cause
I'm
size so I can get it
smart.
on a blanket.
Yeah. Well, I did
Yes.
that. It's in there as a blanket.
Okay, great.
I love that.
Not that I have the money to spend on a blanket right now, but
So
You can also get it as a phone case and a hat and a t-shirt and a sticker and a...
A
April.
notebook. If you're like
Notebook?
me and you like collecting notebooks, like some sort of strange stationary dragon.
same. If I ever fill up my current notebook for this campaign, I will definitely get an emotional hentai notebook for
Yes.
the next one.
I love it.
But also on our Beacons page, you can find links to all of our social media to keep up with updates about the show, and grab a link to join our Discord. Where things happen. We talk about stuff. There was
There's pets.
Food.
There was no invigorating food conversations this week.
I didn't
No.
have anything to send.
If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, you can catch us live most weeks. This week, twice a week. So, missed out on double the fun. Sad for you. We're having a ball.
You're at a ball.
We're having a ball at a ball.
Both of those things can be true.
Yes. But that's everything I have to say. So, bro.
I do have a quick question. Is the music playing and I'm just not hearing it?
Oh,
or-
did I forget to share it? I'm sorry. I did all of my things except that one. Oops.
About to say, it feels a little quiet in here.
I'm sorry.
There it is.
I know how to do my
Okay.
job, I swear.
It's alright. Well, welcome back everyone to San Sebastián and a night at the Gala, our current arc for this evening. And we will be continuing on with some of the personalities and people y'all will be meeting in the socialization time at the Gala as the concert is going on. But before we get into that, let's do some introductions and our icebreaker for the evening, which is... Let's go with... What do you consider to be the smartest thing you've ever done in your life so far?
Define smart, I suppose.
Yeah.
Define it yourself. Emotionally smart, intellectually smart. Whatever made you feel like, ooh, that was clever.
Got one, I guess, for Elytra. It's gonna be really sappy though.
Here for it.
So I'm Tess. I play Elytra, aka Victoria, because that's relevant in this story, or this part of the story right now. And I think Elytra, like, for all of her smarts, like, book-wise, probably stands by the smartest thing that she's ever done is, I think, taking a chance on this team when she was ready to be done with teams as a whole. Like, she's found her people here, and for all of their messiness, and she's a part of the messiness, she adores all of them and knows they have her back. So
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna echo that with HK. Because she likes the team, but also because they are a natural cock block for bulletproof.
It can be two things.
I don't like the phrase "natural cock block." That
What
sounds
about a
vaguely
natural
dirty.
cock block?
You make me feel like a natural cock block.
Here, I give you popcorn. Let me get your eye boogers. Thank you, Boone.
And then you are, because you didn't actually say your name.
Oh, I'm Jenna, and I'm playing Heavenly Katana, aka Mia.
I'm Maria. I play Silver Phantom, and the smartest thing he's considered is also honestly also kind of joining a team because it's really hard to be a superhero when you have one skill set. Like you can do it, a lot of people do, but you're much more effective on a team.
True.
Also, they don't ask him nosy questions.
Yeah.
Like Dino Boy.
We kind of respect each other's boundaries. Getting a little fuzzier as of late.
Yeah.
Boundary respecting is getting a little wibbly.
Yeah.
And gentle
Still
to that
try-
one. I'm Brianna. I play Glory, and for that reason, I will say she's on the fence over whether joining this team is a smart idea. Still. This is a bad question for her because I can't think of an answer that isn't either a spoiler or is something that would be considered objectively smart, not just something Glory would think would be smart, or the other way around. Those circles do not match.
Enough.
And I'm Charlie. I play Thoth, our lovable hentai boy. And I
Hell
think
yeah.
I'm gonna not focus on the team here. I think just some of the stuff with like the descent into Undertown or the Five Nights at Physique, some of the stuff that he did with his emotional abilities was just, I think, beyond what he expected he'd ever be able to do realistically. So
And
That's
we're only just
fair.
getting started.
he did very well in both of those situations.
All right. Well, time still has not passed, so we will be adding a team to the pool, bringing y'all up to 3 team at the moment.
Free team.
woohoo!
And I think we will begin this evening with a little robot. HK, you have just been let off the dance floor by Golden Gal's little servitor bot, who sort of leads you off around a corner. It's like a little bit into one of the exhibition halls that's a little less occupied.
Mm-hmm.
It does not say anything. You're not entirely certain if it has any sort of like vocalizer on it.
Mm-hmm.
A little slot in like the lower part of its head does pop open,
Mm-hmm.
And a little tray pops out with a small bottle of an electric blue liquid.
HK is going to grab it and pop. Well, I think she has pockets in this dress. Otherwise, she's putting it in her bra.
I mean, you did say you were hiding a flask up one of your sleeves, so...
Oh yeah, she could. Yeah.
Mix it with the flask.
Shall we give Bulletproof for
Which
Loco and
Liquid is
dance?
getting spiked at that point.
She is gonna mix it with the alcohol, which is tequila.
Roll me a d6 real quick.
Yeah. Okay. 5.
It does not explode.
Oh, that's positive.
Oh boy.
She's not gonna give anybody else any from this flask because until the after party, then all bets are off. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. But its delivery seemingly complete. The robot gives you a little salute
Mhm.
and starts wheeling off.
That's amazing. I'm in cahoots with a tiny robot. She's going to quick poke out and look around the hall for where Bulletproof is.
You do not see him in the immediate area. And
What's the time?
How does time work again? I'd say at this point, after the red carpet and everything, red carpet got started like 5 o'clock-ish probably. So it's probably about like 6:30 or 7 p.m.
Is this the time that I said that I meet Bulletproof?
It is after opening ceremonies, yes. So
Oh.
hypothetically, he would be in the foyer where you told Wings to tell him to meet you.
Okay. She's just gonna zoom that way. And she's just gonna like peek around the corner. Quick.
You do see him waiting there.
Do you drink?
He actually probably has 2 drinks.
Just like, she's gonna look to not go out there. The avoidance is strong with this girl. She's actually gonna try to round up the crew. I feel like she needs to have a brain trust moment.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a moment here.
Mm-hmm.
Glory and SP. Glory, you have just returned from talking with Thoth into the main dance hall. SP, you have just been left on the dance floor, sans a robot taking your dance partner.
That robot's now named Miss Distilia, girl.
Why does this keep happening?
Nickname can be Mr. Steele.
Do robots frequently steal your girls?
Maybe it happened at prom. That's a San Sebastian thing to happen.
Yeah.
That sounds
Distinctly.
correct.
Distinctly.
Mhm.
But I will say, SP, it's pretty easy to pick out Glory walking down the steps back into the
She
room.
glows.
She does,
Yeah.
in fact, glow. She's glowing more than normal, actually, because of the costume thing.
Yeah, the gold that's like reflecting off of it.
Yeah. I mean, the dress has a diaphanous sort of look that she's glowing to make the most out of. Not enough to blind people or to mess with them, but enough for special effects.
Not yet.
So, I would ask the two of you, are you going to dance together?
Yeah.
Well, I did say at the end of last time she's expressly going to go find him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's
felt
also
kinda bad
actively
just leaving him to
Yeah.
go talk to
to
Thoth.
go talk to Thoth.
Easy enough to do. I'll say, as the two of you meet up, a new musician takes the stand. Let's go with... Yeah. We'll say... that it's a artist going by the name Duchess. As she begins to do a fairly beautiful, like pseudo-operatic music number on stage. Sort of this slow waltz.
Thankfully, Glory did get the crash course in waltzing. It's not her forte normally.
They all
She's
learn how
keeping
to
an eye on
waltz.
the costume elements because she probably would have noted that her costume didn't do any sort of change around the rest of the team when they were eating dinner.
Indeed, it did not.
SP wasn't paying attention, but he did look when he was dancing with HK, and there was no pink besides like his suit happening to be pink at the time.
Yep.
Suspicious.
Very
Something going on
suspicious.
with those McPhersons.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Both of you roll me a d6 real quick.
No,
Oh no.
not the McPhersons. One.
Okay.
3.
3. Okay. Then, Glory, it's you who notices, as the two of you are sort of going around the outside of the dance floor. You do catch Skater Boy sort of off in the wings, glass of champagne in his hand, just sort of watching the two of you with like a faint little smile on his face.
She's ignoring this. So circling around the edges, presumably because walking through the middle of the dance floor is gonna get you run over.
Yeah, more like
Okay.
that. Now you all are, but the two of you are welcome to talk to each other if you want to, or if you just want to.
Yeah, no.
Have the moment happen.
She'll approach and say, "Both and I smooth things out."
That's good.
Yeah. It's a bit of a strange conversation, but a good one.
We have a lot of strange conversations with each other.
Yeah, that's a true fact. But I think things are good now. Maybe. I'm not really angry anymore, so.
That's good.
How's your dance with HK?
Not as fast as you might expect.
Really?
Yeah. Also, my suit didn't do anything when I was standing next to her.
Interesting.
As I'm guessing now that we're in close proximity, that flower pin comes back.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah.
So yeah, suit and dress editions.
Skater Boy's up to something.
He's watching, and she'll like subtly like flick her eyes in the direction where she saw him like doing the looking thing.
If you do look back over, you would see that he is talking with Black Butterfly now, and seems to be gesturing towards the two of you.
Oh god.
Whereupon she looks, and then looks back to him and like smacks him lightly on the shoulder.
Fair enough.
You can't really hear what they're saying, but you get the impression that she's a little upset at him.
Larry's also a little upset at him, so
Oh, also go over there and smack him.
But you're just gonna leave the dance floor and
No.
go smack him?
No,
if you start going in that direction, Glory will stop you.
no,
Do not start a fight, please.
not with an adult.
If you're gonna start a fight with a not adult either, don't do it here.
Oh, that's what the after party's for. I'm sure there's bare knuckle boxing at the Young Giants after party.
My guess would be no, but honestly, I wouldn't be shocked.
There.
Something team off.
Want more popcorn, though?
Then always wants more popcorn.
He does.
Silver Phantom's just feeding like hors d'oeuvres to the robots as they like go scurrying by.
This feels in character.
What if they get hungry? Do they have mouths? Do robots even eat?
These and other important questions that I don't know the answers to.
It's a mystery.
I'd say you could ask Golden Girl, but I don't really want to talk to her right now.
I don't even know where she is right now.
Probably for the best.
I think she stole HK because a robot came up and stole her.
Like, bodily carried her off, or
Just like offered its little robot hand and she just took it and away she went.
or is scanning the dance floor to see if there's some sort of chaotic and probably soon to be arson related HK and Golden Gal dance going on somewhere around here.
Not currently. You would probably catch like a glimmer of gold in the crowd.
That could be anyone.
As you do spot that it seems like the Gold Legacy has gotten themselves a table and is catching up a little bit.
Staying away from that. Honestly, I'm a little bit more nervous when I don't know where they are.
I think it'll be
So,
all right.
Sure, we'll find out eventually. So the robot just cut in like mid-dance?
I think we finished the dance.
Fair enough.
All right. If neither of you have anything else you want to say, yeah.
If he doesn't say anything, Gloria is gonna head off because she is gonna dance one way or another.
Oh, I thought we were dancing.
Oh, I didn't know
this
that.
whole
I thought
time.
we
I
just
thought as
met.
well.
I didn't think we were dancing, so sorry.
Oh, no. No, once she gets closer, he'll offer a hand so they can go dance.
She'll take it then.
Yeah.
I was misinformed.
It's a nice dance.
Mm-hmm.
She's smiling.
Meanwhile, Thoth, Elytra, HK, could each of you please roll me a d6 real quick?
Boy.
One.
Two.
Okay. Let's go ahead and start with Elytra then. Elytra, you have changed into your, I'm sorry, I keep on forgetting the name of the blue butterfly.
Blue Morpho.
Morpho, thank you.
Mhm.
You've changed into your Morpho dress and are
Mhm.
now properly out on the floor with it.
Yep.
And I would ask, are you trying to socialize with someone in particular? Or are you just sort of like drifting across the floor and seeing what's happening? Are you maybe
I
trying to
think
go
she's-
dance?
She'll probably add or move towards the dance floor a bit. But I think she's kind of just keeping an eye on generally what's going on in the. She's not turning away any socialization, but she's not making any approaches. It's more so just making sure Elytra has a presence here as well. At this
Easy
point.
enough to do. You converse with a few folks. A lot of rich folks are here, of course.
Yeah.
A fair few from the legal departments of San Sebastián,
Yep.
which through socialization you learn why it's such a heavy presence this year, given the new legal trust that's being set up.
Mhm.
Apparently it's supposed to be a new program to help with the more unusual sentencings that need to be done for certain supervillains, i.e. those who may not necessarily have corporeal form or are too powerful to be kept awake.
I mean, she'll definitely listen in on some of those conversations. And if only because there's a certain villain on her mind that falls under both of those situations.
Well, as you sort of listen in, you do eventually find yourself with kind of interacting with a small group that consists of two different types of people. One half appears to be a few of the judges that work out of the courthouse in San Sebastián, and a few other heroes. I'd say probably the most famous hero you recognize there would be Hardline, which makes sense that he's involved here. He already has a police aesthetic to him, and is very much about working with like local police forces for his work. But I would also say that you end up in a conversation with a certain man
Yep.
with long silver hair.
Am I paying? No, I'm not even paying attention. Glory's in front of me.
No,
Kill
why
him.
not?
Probably also a little distracted by this.
Damn it. Nobody else knows what he looks like.
Oh boy.
Where are the robots? I need the robots to kidnap my teammates.
But this man, Elytra, will sort of spot you and
Yep.
reach over and extend a hand. Judge Griffith.
I will accept the handshake and say, a pleasure, Elytra.
I'm aware. I've been keeping up with some of the up-and-coming heroes. You're part of the Misfits, correct?
That is correct. I'm sorry, I just saw Bree. Yeah, that is my team, and dare I say, we've had a fair amount of success of late.
So I've heard. From what I understand, petty crime rates in the historic district went down a fair bit thanks to your team.
Oh, did they? I honestly am not the greatest with numbers, but that's a good thing to hear.
It's good to be appreciated for one's work.
Then it is. And I found that the Misfits have allowed me to become more appreciated for my unique talents than previous.
If I remember from some of the arrest records, that is insect control, right?
Yes.
If you don't mind me asking, is it simply six-legged species, or is it generally arthropods? Sorry, I have something of an interest in exonatural physics, as it were.
Primarily, it's been six-legged species. Mainly what I can get my hands on within the city limits. Up-and-coming hero, as you understand. There's not as much opportunity to experiment with unusual species and reaching out into the vague gray area of my power.
Of course.
I found like your common housefly can be quite the irritant if used in the proper way.
I suppose there's quite a few insects that we don't really pay much mind to. You must be quite the gatherer of intel for your team.
At times, but it can be disorienting given that insects don't see the world as we do.
Curious thing. Seeing the world in different ways, I can scarcely imagine how some of you heroes do it.
Pierce the mask on this guy.
Sure.
And she's trying to play it coy, but like also, this guy's asking some pretty personal questions
Kill
regarding her power.
him.
For a strange man.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Send a
Also,
flag,
strange
please.
men just ask personal questions all the time for some
Yeah.
inexplicable reason.
He's also very knowledgeable for
He's a
about Elytra.
just judge. Maybe
What
he
is Pierce
Googles.
the
Most
mask?
people's level of knowledge about Elytra seems to be
mundane.
not very high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday.
About to say, he knows who you are, which is...
Yeah, Elytra's like, what the
Unexpected
fuck?
Oh boy.
You've definitely already had to, tonight, explain to some of the other folks you've met, like, who the heck you are.
Definitely no reason whatsoever why this man knows who she is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kill him.
Or why he's asking
That is
questions.
a 9.
9. All right.
So,
You get to ask one, then.
what are you really planning?
Ooh.
Why does he want this information from me?
Hmm. Well, you get an underlying hint of paranoia to it, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
You get the impression that maybe he's a little worried about how your abilities could be used in regards to, well, information gathering, as he sort of directly asked. So you get the impression that maybe he's assessing how much of a threat you are. He's not necessarily planning on acting on it. You just get, like, a sense of caution.
Nitra's very happy she didn't mention the demon bugs right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you were going to drop that.
Nope. And then before I asked to pierce the mask, did he ask me a question? I'm sorry, I spaced.
No, I
No.
don't really think he was asking a question that at least he was expecting an
Yeah.
answer to. But shortly after you do pierce the mask, he'll probably say, "Well, it was good to meet you.
A pleasure.
If you are interested in making an even further impact on the petty crime and perhaps major crime rates, the Trust is always willing to accept new members."
Trust.
Intriguing.
We're already speaking with Hardline over there about setting up an official liaison team amongst the heroes.
Seems like important information I should write down.
Yep. I will keep that in mind. After all, knowing where your connections and potential allies lie is always useful.
Always. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go find my wife. It seems that she's wandered off somewhere.
Kill him.
Elytra
Stab him in the
will.
back right now.
Elytra doesn't know shit.
Who's a civilian to her?
Yep, this is a civilian
A
that is
strange
sus.
civilian, but a civilian.
An anime-looking villain-looking civilian.
Yeah.
I mean, this is San Sebastián. Some people just look that way.
That does not mean Elytra trusts them. So
Fair. I mean, he's also a very obviously rich white guy, so...
yeah, he also
Yeah.
knows way too
Extra
much about
reason to
Elytra.
kill him.
She's not comfortable. I
not
think
murdering people.
Elytra will politely incline her head in deferment to, like, as he mentions that he needs to go find his wife, and if he's walking like across, or if he's walking in her direction, get out of his way so he can like pass her easily.
It seems like he's headed over to the snack bar on the opposite side, and if you follow him for a few minutes, you will see that he like joins up with a woman in a beautiful dress who sort of like laughs a little bit when he arrives at something that he said.
Elytra will take note of them just because he's sus to her too at this point. And also makes note of the trust as something that might be sus.
All right. Meanwhile, Thoth,
Yeah.
what are you up to on that balcony of yours?
Probably just resting my head against my arms on the railing. Thinking, feeling, processing. Crying in a corner. No. Only a little bit. Only a little bit.
Do you stay there for a while, do you think, or?
Maybe like 5-10 minutes. Before I'm finally like, okay, we're gonna have to deal with more of this later, but I'm out of function. So I should function.
Well, right about as you're getting ready to leave, you hear tap 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 on the doors behind you. And through the glass, you see two familiar faces. They are much more dressed up and much cleaner than when you last saw them. But it is Walter and Carlos Carbone.
Oh! I'll probably smile, not that they can see my smile, and give them a wave. I don't know if they were planning on, if they were just passing by and gonna say hi, or if they actually want to have a conversation.
But Walter will actually like sort of crack the door and peek his head in and say, is this a bad time?
No, just getting some air. Used to shindigs like this.
Ugh, you're telling us. He sort of like opens the door wider, and Carlos follows him in. You can see Carlos has what looks like a miniature crankshaft, and he's just like assembling and disassembling it over and over and over in his hands. You get the impression that he is not comfortable, like immediately. He does not look like he likes wearing the suit. He does not look like he likes being here.
Yeah.
We were looking to see if we could maybe negotiate some new sponsors or clients.
How's that going? I mean, has business picked up at all since everything?
A little bit. I mean, major street race through part of Future Valley caught some eyes, so we had a few people asking around. Mostly for parts, though.
We could always do another one. More legal, though. An illegal street race for promotion. No.
We've gotten a few offers like that, too. Of course, it's mostly from the body shop enthusiasts who are more interested in showing off their cars than ours. You been doing good?
Yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah, saw on the news you and your team were fighting Silver what's-his-futs?
Yeah, Silver Spectacle, I think. That was a little unexpected.
Yeah, seemed like it. And then there was whatever happened to Physiques.
The 80s were a rough time.
He sort of like cocks an eyebrow. I'm not gonna ask.
It's probably better if you don't. Yeah. You don't seem like the Zumba or Jazzercise type, but don't. E90X is on thin ice.
Well, duly noted. Well, if you and your team are up for it, we're starting to get somewhat of a cash influx. Maybe we could make our sponsorship a bit more official?
Think we'd all be open to talking? Yep. About it.
I mean, of course, if you're going to be sponsored by Carbonate Cars, you gotta have a supermobile. So we'd have to sit down and talk about that at some point. And no promises on when that would get done.
About a bike.
He sort of like looks over at Carlos, who has not looked away from you, Thoth, and is just sort of like staring.
I give him a wave.
He just keeps on fiddling. But Walter sort of bumps his grandson's shoulder a little bit. What do you think? Well, what kind of bike are you looking for? Sport? Dirt? Something a bit more unusual?
Oh, I think I just both just gets this far off gaze. I hadn't thought about options.
I mean, I guess we could do like a moped if you want it, but
I was just thinking something street ready, but
we could do street bike.
what does unusual entail?
Well, I mean, I've got a few contacts in Tarot Town who might be able to give me some ideas.
That'd be pretty slick.
One of my buddies out east has been tossing around this unicorn design, he calls it. It's a little, unorthodox, but could be interesting.
We could look at some sketches. Sure.
Now, the board's been treating you well? Hoverboards.
Oh, okay. I was just like, yeah, they've been, I mean, super great. So, a little not, I mean, great for short distance travel. Well,
It's right about this time. Thoth, as you look back at the door, and Lucifer's Cane has appeared.
oh my god. Hey. Just,
He sort of like stiffly walks up and extends a hand very like officially.
to me?
Yeah.
I will take his hand and shake it.
And he'll do the same to Walter and Carlos.
Yeah.
And Walter is like, pleasure to meet you. It's Luciferus, right? Indeed it is, sir. Carlos switches his gaze to Luciferus. You just catch like the slightest narrowing of the eyes.
Oh my god.
I do not mean to interrupt, but I had wished to speak with Thoth about some matters this evening. Certainly. I mean, Thoth, you've got our number.
Yeah. I can definitely get with the rest of the team and that. Love to see what comes out of Carlos's brain too. I'll try and catch Carlos's eye and just give him a little wink.
Carlos like briefly glances at you, but his gaze is switched over to Luciferus, and he seems displeased with what he sees.
Did I pierce the mask on Carlos?
Yes, you may.
Jane isn't that good. We'll see how this goes. It's been a minute since we talked to Carlos. Oh shit! I rolled 2 6s. So
Well, damn.
that's an 11.
Okay. Make that a 12, as you do have influence over Carlos Carbone.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
And you may ask 3.
What are you really planning?
Hard to say with Carlos.
Yeah.
You know from before, he's pretty difficult to read. Just by nature of his existence, I guess. You get the impression, though, that there's kind of some unexpected, like, bitterness about having his time with you interrupted.
Ooh.
So in regards to what he's planning, seems like for the moment it's just sort of like maybe something to deal with the intrusion.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Again, a little hard to read. But you did through... Actually, what am I saying? You have emotional reading.
Yeah!
You can kind of cheat at this. I would say that when the concept of working on like a vehicle or a bike for you came up, Carlos' interest was definitely piqued. I would say what he wants from you is just more time with you.
Okay.
And you got one more.
How could I get your character to not feel resentment about this interruption?
Promise that you will see him again soon and follow through on it. That or tell Kane to piss off.
Well, Kane seems a little desperate at the moment, so I'll look towards Walter and Carlos and say, when's do you have any like I guess console openings in the next few days? Maybe we could set up some time for this.
Plenty. Wanna meet first thing Monday?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll turn to Carlos and say, I'll be looking forward to seeing your ideas.
Again, not much of a visual expression, but with your emotion reading, you do get that little ping of, yay. Roll me a d6 real quick.
That is a 1.
Okay. Well, as Luciferus gestures for you to follow him, and you head back inside, we'll go to another scene as you do not notice something.
I will give them, as I'm led away, I will still give both of them a wave. Okay. Walk away.
Walter will wave back. Carlos just watches.
After the wave, I probably give Carlos some finger guns.
All right. Now, HK. Let's see here. What's gonna be good for you? Yeah.
Good for
Okay.
me or entertaining for you?
Yes.
I think you probably, as you're making your way back into the main room, probably spot Elytra shortly after she's gotten done talking with Judge Griffith.
Mhm.
And then Elytra, you along with HK spot as a new group of people seems to be entering via the front door.
What do these people look like?
Well, first and foremost, they are very clearly magically inclined.
Mhm.
They are each dressed in what appears to be some form of, like, raiment, essentially, of, like, some sort of magical order.
Mhm.
Each of them, in particular, has this, like, stole-like scarf around their necks that is inscribed with a pentagram. Each of them, though, is pretty interesting in their own right. The first you notice is an older woman, probably like 70s, maybe even like early 80s. She walks with a long cane that sort of like borders on being a staff. She wears like these white flowing robes and has her long, like, ash gray hair done into like this tall beehive bun. And studded throughout her hair, both of you can see like these little glimmering points of light. Almost like tiny little stars. The second is a dark-skinned man. Very tall, very broad. Has a very kind face to him, though. He is dressed in something similar to what Savannah was wearing. Sort of that, like, traditional African, like, male dress, I guess. It's the best way I can think to describe it. Because I forgot the name again. But in opposition to Savannah, his depicts like a rising sun scene in a great deal of detail. Behind him is a lighter-skinned but still fairly dark-colored woman. Completely shaved head, completely bald, smooth, and like almost looks oiled and polished. But she wears this long flowing green dress that appears to be detailed with scale patterns. And then coming up behind her is what appears to be a chimpanzee in a tuxedo.
I approve of that.
Elytra, go ahead and roll me a d6 real quick.
Yep. 5.
Okay. You recognize these people. You have maybe even seen them around Tarot-town. And you maybe even recognize them from the news. This is not a coven, but the coven. Led by their leader, Teresa Tarot, aka the descendant of the founder of Tarot-town, and former Ultra. It is not specifically known why, but Teresa Tarot had a massive break-off from the Ultras shortly before all of you were born. No one's entirely certain why, but it's because of her leaving that Professor Fable got his spot on the Ultras, because previously he was kind of a mid-level magic hero, but when one of the most famous witches in all of San Sebastian tells the Ultras to go screw themselves on live television, it leaves a stigma. And indeed, Elytra and HK, you're both going to recognize as Teresa Taro herself walks up behind the rest of the coven. She is dressed in a, like, what's the name of this color? Like a turquoise that is so deep and so rich that it legitimately looks like she's wearing, like, a piece of the ocean. It is just so richly colored. But the second they walk in and are announced, like, a ring around the entrance hall just goes dead silent. As people are just staring at them. And eventually the two of you would see as Lady Lavender steps forward from the crowd. Teresa. From the top of the steps, Teresa Taro sort of looks down. Lavendra. I'm surprised you came, given your responses to our last few invitations. Oh, I wouldn't miss what's going to happen tonight for the world.
Oh.
And what exactly would that be? In due time, sister. As Teresa sort of like tucks her long red hair behind her ear and just not giving a shit about all the eyes on her and the coven, just walks down the steps and goes to find some seats.
I think I'm scarazed right now.
I think Elytra's very concerned right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say I have other problem. Okay. I'm just gonna send this to the group chat real quick.
As you're doing that, HK, you feel a tug on your arm as Neko has come running up to you. The coven's here! The coven is here!
Yeah.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure something very big drama is going to happen based off of that interaction.
But they're like the biggest heroes in magic. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But that does not mean they aren't invested in drama. I've learned anything is all heroes are messy.
Like messy.
So messy.
Elytra, you feel a buzz from your phone in your pocket.
We're gonna look at that real quick. Is it Tabs or someone else?
It is Altair.
Oh shit.
As he is texted in all caps, "This is so bad."
I'll quick respond with, "Do you need Victoria?"
He texts back, "She's with me." Little bubble pops up, still freaking out a little bit.
Do you need a... she'll tell one of the bugs that she has on him to, like, buzz slightly in, like a heartbeat kind of pattern, just to, like, because that can be kind of calming to feel, like, a heartbeat.
Okay.
And she'll respond with, "I'm here if you need a physical presence. I'm on call right now for you."
There's a bit of a pause, and eventually he texts, "Thank you," with a little heart emoji. And then he texts, "Victoria's got me covered. If you can, figure out why they're
Are you
here."
meaning... Do you mean Robin? Instead of Victoria.
That's what I meant to say.
I was like,
That
wait
makes
a
a lot
minute.
more sense.
Robin has got
Did
me
you
covered. That's what I meant.
Did you put yourself in a suit of bees? Like, do you have a suit of bees just like standing around?
Victoria is a
No,
suit
no,
of bees.
I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Victoria is the suit of bees.
Robin has me covered. Meanwhile, HK, Neko, showing more excitement than you've probably seen in a few years, is like slowly bouncing up and down, like tugging on your arm. She's like, where are their apprentices?
I don't think they brought them because I think something bad is gonna happen. Which is the reason that you should probably duck out early.
Well, I'm not missing this for the world. Are you kidding?
Then you need to stay like big sister grumbling. All right. Fine, but stay a safe distance away.
If
I should
the
probably
adults turn to drama, just make sure you're out of blasting range.
Mom and did you go make sure that Mom and Dad know that there's potentially something bad about to happen?
Oh yeah, Mom could totally give me an autograph. And she goes like scurrying off.
Oh my god.
I don't think
no,
that-
but you're not. You missed. Oh. All right. I'll just text them real quick. She's just
Yeah,
gonna text
well,
Mom and Dad
yep.
to make sure that they understand that there's some sort of weird tension going on,
There's
and
Elytra will
something bad's
look
gonna happen.
at HK and be like, it's for sure something bad.
Yeah,
Based off of reactions that I got.
yeah. There's something bad about to happen in the near future. And then she's gonna text her teammates the clip, because as if we don't have enough fucking drama right now. She texts them and be like, "Help, need help. I didn't say this. Timmy doctored this by like splicing together audio. This is not what the conversation is, and
What?
I don't know how to deal with this other than cutting his brakes. So."
Elytra will also immediately respond with team meeting at table and leave it.
Uh-huh.
Gloria is not looking at her phone for the duration she's dancing with SP. So
Indeed,
Yep.
your other three teammates
SP does not have a phone.
preoccupied at the moment.
HK is gonna text Gigi and ask if she can do her a favor. Another favor. And girl, I'm gonna make that worth it. Don't worry.
oh god.
Oh, God.
That stuff
Okay.
worth it. But also, yeah, I'm gonna could you have your robot guy get SP and Glory and bring them to the table, please?
HK, for what may be the first time since you have ever known her, Golden Gal does not immediately read your text, and in fact, as you're sort of watching, she does not respond.
Where is she? Is she still at the table?
You can go try to find out.
You're talking to my Savannah.
HK is just gonna
Spying
meet
on
me at
me
the
and Kane.
table to Electra, and then
Probably.
Do you want assistance in case you get cornered?
he's out in the foyer. I told him I would meet him out there, so
Yeah, but now there's drama in here.
can you just like watch to make sure he doesn't?
Yes.
Can you like bugs or something?
I don't have any bugs.
Keep some bugs on it. There's no bugs whatsoever. Okay. Well,
There's like 2 bugs.
can you put
Place
the
is
2 bugs
clean.
over there?
I will start directing one of the bugs over there.
Thank you. And then HK's just gonna zoom by the table to see what
I mean, technically, I don't think the table is there anymore. It's just the area that the table was in.
no, zoom
Well,
by
there's still like a few like side tables.
the
that a couple
ultras
people are sitting.
by where the ultras are, or the not the ultras, the young giants are.
Giants.
She wants to see what the hell is wrong. She's concerned for Golden Girl's well-being.
Didn't Gigi leave that table pretty much as soon as they got permission to from
That
last
is
time?
correct. And we will get to that in a moment here. Meanwhile, Glory and SP. The song comes to an end. I kind of imagine the two of you were not paying much attention to anything other than each other for a little bit.
Nope.
Which then makes it a touch of a surprise as you hear a faint little...
Yes.
And you turn to look, and there is... I would describe her as a Midwest mom build woman.
What?
Sort of like a little bit of a short stack, but like very rounded features. Very matronly looking. She has like streaks of ample. There we go.
Yeah.
She has streaks of gray in her hair, which is done back in like this nice bun with a long peacock feather extending from it.
Okay.
Which matches her dress, which is a beautiful navy blue that transitions into like these forest greens and this like long feather-like train. As Glory, you would immediately recognize Hera.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. SP, this is Hera.
A pleasure to meet you, dear.
Nice to meet you. I'll offer to shake. Did she offer a hand to shake?
She starts with a bow, but when she sees you offering the hand, she will go ahead.
I
and
don't know
accept the
God
shake.
etiquette.
It's quite all right, dear. Truth is, most of us make it up as we go along. So you
How's
are
the Gala
this...
been doing?
Hmm?
Oh, sorry. If she was talking, Glory would not interrupt her, so. Sorry, go.
No, that's right. You're asking her how the gala's going?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a charm. I do wish my husband was here, but he's not much for the public spotlight. You understand.
Turned it down?
Yes. Working
does
class
she-
men.
Does she have Argus with her?
She does not.
Okay. Glory will ask, did you bring Argus with you?
Yes. However, I was informed that pets are supposed to be checked at the door.
Oh,
How boorish.
all the people he could have terrorized. I say this with deep affection.
I know. But you must be this Silver Phantom I've heard about, yes?
That's me.
Aren't you a handsome young man? And sort of unprompted, she just sort of like reaches forward and like tucks a curl of your hair behind your ear.
Glory's dying. What the fuck?
Thank you.
You're quite welcome, dear. I'd rather imagine you have quite the handsome face. Oh, right, but heroes nowadays and their secret identities, I forget. Apologies.
I like to think so. But heroes and their secret identities.
Indeed. But, in case you are curious, yes, I am indeed the Hera.
Kind of figured.
So, that was a rather, beautiful dance. She's sort of like giving you a look, Glory.
What Glory will say is, thanks. Waltzing's not really my thing necessarily, but Elytra and Heavenly Katana gave us a crash course in it. I think we picked it up pretty well.
Well, if you would prefer a salsa, I can certainly put in a request to the band. I do have some sway after all. And she sort of like twirls a finger and there's just like a little bit of light that swirls around.
Above the table, can I pierce the mask on this without her detecting it and taking it as an insult somehow?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that if you want to. Though, I will say, you don't necessarily need to pierce the mask to have a guess as to what's going on here. She is the goddess of marriage.
Yeah, Glory is aware of this fact. And she's
Oh,
like,
hang
"Ah."
on. Even odd if SP is aware of that. Even he is. Odd, he is not.
How do the dice keep on making you the most oblivious motherfucker?
He did notice Glory was looking when he showed up, though, so that is one that worked out in the non-oblivious direction. Glory is just gonna, just for kicks, pierce the mask because
All right.
why? I
No.
didn't even need this roll to work. I don't know if Charlie's thing is contagious, but I got 2 6s, so
Wow. All right.
about 2 and 11. I could have used that on a different roll dice.
I mean, same, but it tracks for me.
It does not track for Glory, but I guess she does know Hera fairly well.
True.
Yeah. So let me double check. It's not the right page.
You do get to ask 3 now.
My God. I think I know the answer to this, but what are you really planning?
It's very clearly written on her face. She thinks you two are an adorable couple. She ships it.
Glory has not said that this is a thing yet, so she's like, God damn it, woman.
She has a nose for these things.
It's like, I know you're a goddess, but also, please don't embarrass me.
I know you're a goddess, but fuck you.
No, never say that to Hera. She likes Hera. We're just gonna,
I'll tell you what. If you don't really have any other questions, I will let you save those other 2 for later with the roll with Hera if you want to.
I will absolutely save this 2 for later.
Okay. Just because I know you were not really expecting like a super fantastic result here.
Yeah, no, I was expecting 1 at most. So I am holding 2 questions for Hera at some point.
Yep.
Do those have an expiration on them, or is that just until I use them?
We'll say until time passes next.
Okay. I think I will use one of them now then.
Okay.
B. How could I get your character to not put Glory in an incredibly awkward situation with SP on account of we have not had a conversation about this?
You're not entirely certain if there is a way.
That is also a valid option, to be fair.
Just because this is kind of her whole shtick. But
All
if
right.
there is any specific way, you would maybe want to gently remind her that mortals do not work like gods, and you can't just be like, oh, you two are married now, yay!
I mean, arguably she
that
probably could, but I'm not sure if it would be legally binding.
Oh, it would be legally binding. There's a reason she's a lawyer.
That's also fair. I would hope I would need to at least sign something for
There
that
would
to be
be, we would
legally
need 2 witnesses and to
You
sign
probably
things.
need to know each other's government names.
We have hundreds of witnesses, dear.
I don't even know. I don't know what his face looks like. I don't know what his name is.
I
She
feel
might
like
know his
Hera could
name.
easily summon 2 of her nosy teammates to assist with this.
I think that Glory's of the opinion that other teams would probably just make this worse, given
Yeah.
how they got into this situation in the first place.
Yes. No, I meant Hera could like make them witness.
Oh, that is all. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood what you said.
That's fine.
Okay, I'll hold that last question for another point.
All right.
Wait, what was the last thing she asked? Because my brain just went.
If you wanted her to request a different song.
That's a salsa.
And she'd say, "Well, I don't see why not." Mostly to get Hera to maybe stop this line of questioning.
Consider it done, dear. As you see, as she sort of like produces this peacock feathered quill, and just sort of like wafts it in the air a little bit with like this little trail of light behind it. Definitely not to your level, Glory, but just like a little illumination. as she just starts to wander away, just sort of humming to herself.
And she will look over at SP and say, well, she's
He
not
seems
my
nice.
actual parent, but I guess you've met a surrogate-ish parent of mine. So
Yeah, we both met each other's a parent. I think
you
that
haven't met
meeting
my
went-
parents.
Well, I think that went well,
Well.
than when you met mine.
She was
So
like, technically, you've met one of my parents.
did
But she's not elaborating on that one.
he's just panicking. He's like, "Oh no, what dumb thing did I say?"
You wouldn't have had that information at the time. Don't worry about it. But salsa?
Salsa.
Pretty shortly after that, Mr. King comes back on the stage and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize, but it seems that our next artist has unfortunately fallen ill. So, please, welcome to the stage a unexpected replacement, the Caballero 7.
Somebody's sick.
Yep.
She
Glory-
poisoned somebody.
Gloria's just standing next to him like, oh god.
I think she poisoned
I-
somebody.
I don't think she poisoned somebody. I love her dearly, but gods don't operate on the same wavelengths a lot of the time.
That's fair.
Sometimes they do things that are
The
inconsequential to
quickest
them and more
results
consequential to others. Quickest
Yeah.
results often. She's
that impacts them the least.
yeah, I mean she's gained more temperance compared to the myths. But there are some moments. You know, Argus is a giant peacock that attacks people sometimes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Faintly in the distance, peacock screech.
I love
Somebody
that.
They're
screaming.
loud.
I love
That
that
would
for
have
him.
startled some people.
Sorry if that was odd, though. God's wavelengths, you know.
It's alright. She seems nice.
I think so.
Body's snoring back here.
Yes.
No.
Let me touch your beans.
Do it. Whether or not he notices this might be up to the dice, but since Hera's halfway through Hera's appearance, Glory's been at least faintly to severely blushing at different points, because like
Even he notices Audie doesn't. Oh, my die got stuck in the tower.
you'll
Odd.
never know.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
He's
We
too busy
stand an
trying not to
oblivious king.
embarrass himself in front of Hera, which would embarrass Glory, which would be a bad thing.
Glory's like, someone's gonna embarrass me in this situation. I'm not sure who.
Boy, this boy is dumb.
You and me both, my man.
Is this
Speaking
a
of
date? We're
which,
just hanging out.
as the two of you continue to dance,
It's not a date.
now into a salsa, unfortunately missing the text in the group chat.
Yeah, Glory's not looking at her phone. She's too busy looking at SP.
I don't have a phone.
Also that.
Both.
Yep.
You follow Luciferus off into one of the exhibit halls. Seems as though he's trying to get a little bit of privacy.
Okay.
And for shits and giggles, we'll say that the two of you end up stopping in front of a hall about the early days of heroism. Back before a lot of this was legalized and protected by the government in various ways. And there's, you know, a display case with a set of 5 costumes. A black bodysuit and a helmet, a long flowing golden dress, a purple hood and cloak, a foresting looking getup, and a strange cowboy and poncho combo.
Some dog hair inexplicably stuck in it. They've cleaned it 300 times. It's still there.
Between the dog hair and the glitter, it just randomly appears.
But Lucifer's probably like stops, finally confident that like the two of you are far enough away from everyone else. I must apologize for my abruptness.
Everything okay? Like, seems pretty urgent.
To some extent. It appears that there has been some discussion on the primary floor.
Okay.
Someone has started a rumor that we are together.
Oh, and I like gesture to the suits. This that makes
I love coincidence.
I'm sorry?
I mean, we kind of marry each other. This is like a trend, right? The whole half suit jacket thing.
The trend. They're the only ones doing it.
Right. And the change to your attire is not helping matters.
What?
And
I
you look down,
Out.
the lightning pattern has completely changed, as the LEDs have instead changed to a fire pattern. It does not match Luciferus's perfectly, but it does really reinforce the mirroring.
Well, that's new.
Indeed. Now, under normal circumstances, such a rumor like this would be inconsequential, but, unfortunately, it reached my mother's ears before mine, and she informed my father. And now he is looking for you.
Okay. I mean, don't. Well, actually, I don't know anything about your dad. Is he? How are his listening skills?
Kane does not say anything. He just sort of like looks at you, then looks away, then looks back at you.
Got it. Got it. All right. Okay.
If you're worried about any consequences he may be planning, I don't believe he has any ill intention. I think he simply, in his own way, is curious about the matter. I simply felt the need to warn you because my father can be quite, intense.
Internally, wow. I wonder where you get it from. Well, thanks for the heads up, I guess.
And, of course, I suppose I should apologize in regards to our, similarities this evening.
Why, you didn't have anything to do with it?
No, of course.
I'm so sorry for this man. Poor man.
Now, I would likely advise you to prepare your Luciferus, as a voice booms down the hall.
Wait. Daddy's here.
Kill him.
As a tall, like, extremely slender man. Like, this guy is almost skeletal. Like, think like Jack Skellington proportions
He's
almost.
rich. He can afford to eat.
Comes stalking down the hall. And he's got, like, a very serious stride to him and a very serious face. Very pale skin, very dark hair. Very similar to Luciferus, as a matter of fact. And his voice has, like, a bass that his body does not portray. Like, when he speaks, it's like, listen. And behind him is a woman in a long, flowing black dress, lots of lace. She is similarly very pale-skinned, very dark-haired. Not nearly as tall as her husband. And she is following along behind him, just sort of keeping pace. As Adolphus Kane, or should I say Warden Kane,
I'm not gonna call him that. No. Gross.
basically, like, marches right up to you, Thoth. Gets a little too close to the point that, like, you need to look up and he's, like, staring down at you. You are the hero known as Thoth, correct?
That's me.
He sort of looks over to Luciferus, who is gone ramrod stiff and is doing his best to completely avoid his father's gaze. What exactly do you believe you're doing, courting my son?
What? No. We're not involved in that way.
The Mrs. Kane sort of sweeps up from behind. Oh, really? I must have been misinformed. Are you certain? I could have sworn one of the papers had talked about the two of you spending time on the wharf. What?
What? That doesn't. I mean. What?
You were wasting time with this urchin. Speak, boy! As Luciferus, yes, sir. I was simply thanking Thoth for his saving me in Undertown. And nothing else? Nothing else, sir. Good. And as for you, Thoth, I expect you to remember your place. Belladonna, Luciferus, come. As he just turns and starts stalking away again. Belladonna Kane starts following after her husband. Luciferus starts, then sort of like looks over to you. I am sorry.
I think I'm probably staring daggers at the back of the Elder Kane's head. But we'll glance over at him. My gaze softens. Can't control their behavior.
You treated me with too much kindness. Luciferus! Coming. As he will leave with his parents.
Sounds like he's not treated with enough kindness. Jesus.
Yeah, I probably spare minutes and I'm just fuming. Maybe plotting another murder. Fine.
Murder party?
Isn't that a Jackbox game?
Yeah,
Probably.
it is.
All right. So as the Canes depart Thoth, Elytra and HK, what are the two of you up to?
Keeping an eye on where I think Bulletproof will be coming from, making sure there's no 911 text from Altair, and also just watching for, I don't want the slimy lawyer guy to come back. I don't want to interact with him.
The judge, but
The slimy judge guy.
Yes, slimy judge guy.
You still gotta be a lawyer before you could be a judge.
This is true.
Yeah.
But arguably, once you're a judge, you aren't really a lawyer anymore.
That's
No.
true.
I guess you still.
Technically, but you aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't practice this one really.
I don't know if Elytra paid enough attention to catch Judge. I think she just thinks there's legal stuff involved. I don't want to be. So
The obliviousness reigns.
yeah,
Yes.
I got the ick. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that's fair.
HK is zooming around looking for Golden Girl on her way to retrieve Glory and SP.
okay.
Tangoing.
Well, you do eventually spot Golden Gal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first you spot the table where the Gold Legacy has sort of set up shop.
Oh, never.
You do see Gold Rush sort of at like the seat of honor, but there is a fair few like older folks around him of former members who have been part of the Golds,
Mm-hmm.
including one face that you would recognize probably because she was the Gold during your childhood, Goldheart.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty well into her 60s now, has been retired for a number of years, but
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to miss her laugh. It's very infectious. She was a Gold that was well liked by the people. She had a good sense of humor, which helped temper her the sort of arrogance that naturally comes with being a Gold.
Okay. Well, it sounds like Golden Girl's busy with her legacy, so HK is just gonna zoom over to. She knows that
Well-
she's not dead. But
You look for Golden Gal, and she is not actually at the table anymore.
oh no.
But you do hear a bit of chittering at another table,
Mhm.
as you spot a mostly familiar group of
Oh,
people.
yeah. Okay,
Girl
fine.
posse.
Primarily in the middle is Golden Gal,
Mm-hmm.
who is chatting along with her friends.
Whatever.
You would recognize them as Jackie Russell, Impossible Girl,
Mm-hmm.
Bubblegum Girl,
Mm-hmm.
and a young man that you may not recognize. Go ahead and roll me a d6 real quick.
5.
Okay. It takes you a second to place him,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not... He feels familiar, but you're not entirely certain from where.
Mm-hmm.
Then at one point, he sort of folds his hands together, and you can see the Viking compass design on the back of his palms. And then you remember, oh right, Mr. King has a son, Dane.
Mm-hmm.
This is Dane King,
Okay. Cool.
which you do not know him as a friend of Golden Gal's, and you're also wondering where the heck the Spectrum is, because he was previously part of this little gaggle, but...
Kind of fickle. It was bound for one of them to get voted off the island. HK is just gonna note that, and then zip over to where she sees the glowing light coming from.
Okay. Just sort of scooting past the table.
Mm-hmm.
I will say you probably catch as like Golden Gal and probably Bubblegum Girl's eyes like follow you a little bit. Just sort of like,
HK is going. HK is gonna blow them a kiss, but in hyper speed. So.
All right. But yeah, it's easy enough to find Glory on the dance floor,
Uh-huh.
who I assume is just salsa-ing the shit out of SP right now.
She's just gonna stand there and wait.
Showed me some salsa.
Wait for a hot minute
We
with
taught
an
him a couple
eye.
of dances during the
Yeah.
dance training that they did.
She's gonna eyebrow raise and just sit there with her arms crossed, looking at them until they notice.
I'm gonna roll a d6 for whether Glory notices you sooner or later. Odds is later.
Same.
That's 3.
I got a 4.
Hey,
you
yes,
go.
Yay!
noticed something.
Yeah. HK turns up the flames real quick on her dress.
HK needs something. He'll spin Glory around so she can see her.
Hi.
You
That's
guys look cozy.
Probably important.
Yeah. Could we meet where the table is in like maybe like 30 to 40 seconds? I don't know how fast you guys
Is
can.
that?
I
We're
sent a
presumably in like the
text.
middle of the dance floor.
Yeah.
Above the table, is the table get toable in that time frame? Because that seems more like HK time.
Yeah, I was about to say that's probably HK time.
bad sense
There's
of
a
other
fair bit of a
people's
crowd
time.
to get from between the tables and the dance floor.
We
But I
can
will say,
probably do a
we can get
couple
there.
minutes.
Okay, that works. I will see you there in a couple minutes. Have fun, kids. And then she just zooms back.
All right. Meanwhile, Elytra. How inconspicuous are you trying to be as you're like trying to monitor the foyer and also the coven, who have now been seated at their own table and are just sort of like quietly talking amongst themselves?
I mean, she's okay appearing like she's people watching. Like, it's perfectly okay. Like, she does not mind that being something that people say that she's doing. That I feel like there's probably a fair amount of people here doing the exact same thing, so she does not give a crap in regards to that.
Well, as you're sort of people watching for a second,
That probably doesn't help the rumor that, or the idea that Judge Griffith has about her being intel, but if he catches it.
you feel a slight bump on your arm as you turn and are pretty much next to Dino Boy.
Yep.
As he sort of has like sort of a like kind of lopsided grin on his face, says, "You want some sparkling? It's non-alcoholic."
She smiles and says, "Well, that's pity, but sure."
Wait, are you allowed to drink? I thought. I'm sorry. Did I?
You're fine.
wrong? Sorry.
It's a party.
Savannah's on the warpath tonight.
Fair. Then probably for the best that you didn't get something stronger.
So, cool party, yeah?
Definitely an interesting one. A lot of unexpected individuals.
Yeah. And he sort of like looks past you over to the Coven's table.
Got the vibe they stirred up a lot of shit.
I mean, I probably shouldn't say, ultra business. But Needless to say, there's not a whole lot lost there.
Yeah, I kind of picked that one up.
I really hope they aren't going to do something stupid.
I feel like if anything, depends. Depends on how much they want to create a story. This, unfortunately, is the perfect place to do it. Lots of eyes, lots of press.
Yeah.
Good time. Unfortunately, a good time to drag a lot of dirt into the open. But depends on how much they want to risk, because that tends to kick it back both ways.
So I guess this is probably a bad time to ask you to dance.
Where's my ping on my teammates right now? How close are they to the...
HK is probably not far. She can navigate a crowd quite easily at her speed. Glory, SP, they're probably still working their way towards, like, a table off to the side.
How about... I'll save you, Dance. I just sent a catch up with my team message, unfortunately. In light of the drama and the idea that it might be a wise choice to watch where we tread tonight. Make sure everyone's on the same page.
I mean, so long as none of you mess with the Coven, I doubt they're gonna be gunning for you guys.
Have you met my team?
You know what, that's fair.
HK's sister was angling for a autograph a second ago, so I think we need to cover some basic ground rules in general. Make sure everyone knows common sense here.
I wish I knew where the heck Lucy was. He could probably calm them down. He's a mage like them.
Mage, yes. But as we recently found out, not all magic overlaps and is widely accepted between groups. Could potentially also fuel the fire, if nothing else. Especially because Lucy's kind of turning over a new leaf for his family, so to speak.
I mean, that's kind of my point. He does a good job of it.
He does. But does the Coven share your viewpoints?
Heck if I know.
I don't either, but I'm just saying there's a lot in the magic community that I have no idea what's going on there.
You telling me? You know Tiffany? Teresa's daughter? Two of us were best friends in grade school. Second this all happened, completely cut ties with me.
Oh, that's her problem.
I guess.
No, it might be... I mean, was it roughly the same time you joined the Young Giants at this? Like, I don't... Above the table, does Electra know when Dino Boy roughly joined the Young Giants after everything happened? Was it pretty quick?
After he got his powers?
Yeah.
It was, like, relatively shortly afterwards, because
Yeah.
it was pretty clear, like, once he had gotten his abilities, that they were pretty potent, so the Ultras had their eyes on him pretty quickly.
It might be a good idea not to entirely write her off. She might have had familial pressure to cut that tie.
I guess. I just don't like it when, heroes fight. I mean, we're all working towards the same thing, right?
And big picture wise, yes. I think there's a lot of shades of gray there. What one person defines as good isn't necessarily good for everyone.
See, this is why I just like smacking bad guys in the face. That's easy.
Yeah, the politics of it all are not the greatest.
But maybe once things are simmered down here, then the two of us...
Yeah.
I can tango. He sort of
I
like
can-
shibbies a little bit.
I can kind of tango. But
I
yeah,
do a mean two-step.
I'll save you a dance once I finish with covering the basics of the situation with my team.
Alright. Yeah, cool. I'll be, over there. See you later. And he'll, like, work his way through the crowd. At this point, Glory and SP have reached the table. Still no sign of Thoth, though.
Okay.
So big drama with the newest entrance to the gala. Like,
Ooh, what?
the coven showed up after all of Teresa's bad blood with the ultras.
Oh, like the cup.
The coven. And Teresa told Lady Lavender that she wouldn't miss what's going to happen tonight for the world.
That sounds suspicious.
Yikes.
So, yeah, a lot of tension. Mainly just kind of wanted to put a general be careful out.
Pulled a vision earlier, and no dangers pinging that particular sense per se. At least not danger in the normal way we'd think of it. So my guess would be something embarrassing, probably to the ultras.
Yeah.
Have you actually above the table? Does Glory know that Altair's little ball of nerves?
Maybe vaguely?
I
I
think
haven't met him
with
directly.
how quickly
Okay, she
Elytra
probably
went
wouldn't know that.
dark with like saying, hey, I'm helping Altair, I'll be back later last night. I think you know something's up there, though.
Really good at reading between the lines on our team.
Yeah, I'm not sure Glory would pick that one up.
Yeah.
Oblivious misfits.
She's just well. Yeah, not much to say other than that at some point some like weird leafy people showed up.
Would Elytra know who those leafy people might be?
Oh, yeah. Given your particular connections, you have a strong guess as to who those people might be.
Elytra
Druids.
blatantly says, fuck.
I haven't.
Care to
No.
provide context to the class?
The druids, I'm guessing, are the individuals that that vision
Oh.
pertains to.
Oh no.
Is that
Yeah.
not good?
It
No.
could be really good, or it could be really bad. I'm
Is it-
guessing.
Money's on bad given this
Yeah, I'm guessing bad.
Is Brother Nature supposed
why
to impress
could-
them or some shit today?
Well, not
Huh?
today, but they
general.
haven't acknowledged him yet.
Oh,
Oh, that's
What do you
Maybe that's
think
the
no.
thing.
chances
Oh,
are they show
shit.
up to do a smackdown on
Yeah, they
Shit.
probably
acknowledging him.
denounce
shit,
him.
shit.
That's
Maybe we should cause a scene instead.
No.
I'm
No.
less
No.
That
certain-
might just
Okay.
make it worse.
Okay.
The visions tend to account for these things.
Okay. Those seem handy and terrifying.
so they publicly
They're
denounce.
painful.
Well, we
This
don't
guy.
know for sure, but he's definitely
Embarrassing him and the ultras in the process.
That's
potentially.
my guess, given this setup.
Does the coven do we know if or I guess above the table, do we know if the coven has like a prophet of some sort on it?
I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Yeah, I would too, but like how good is their prophet at like accurate predictions, I guess? Can they be adverted somehow?
Elytra and Glory, if the two of you could roll me a d6 real quick.
2.
4.
Okay. I'll say Elytra, you know that there is someone with predictive abilities on the coven. You're not certain if they're a full-on prophet. Grandmother Light has some ability to, well, read the stars somewhat.
I feel like if you live in Tarot Town, it's a prerequisite that you know someone at least who does tarot. Or something along those lines.
Of course, funnily enough, Teresa Tarot does not actually specialize in fortune-telling.
It's like a family name, though, right?
Yeah,
You said grandmother Light was
Yeah.
the
Grandmother Light.
grandmother.
You can pretty easily surmise is the older woman with the
Yeah,
long cane
like,
and the
yeah.
sparkly hairdo.
How is your
Contact?
yeah, about unexpected events?
Not great.
What can we do to help with that?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Can we make
Do the
a
Ultras have
fake
contingency
version?
plans for this
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of thing?
Because
sorry,
otherwise,
I
could
see.
Thoth like make a fake version of him so they approach the wrong one? No, that doesn't really work.
Look,
When I saw it, it looked like it was going to be a full public kind of approach.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
gonna work. Can Thoth make a fake Gala?
I mean, maybe, probably.
I think so,
He made
but
the whole Rainbow Road.
eh,
But that's. I don't want us to. The situation seems delicate.
Yeah, that might be a bad idea.
what if the exceptionals make a scene?
I don't think anyone cares enough about them for that to matter.
I was just saying it could be a potential distraction if somebody
Maybe.
bulletproof.
What?
Never mind.
Elytra, you're the one who's closest to the Ultras. What do you think about navigating this?
Can try to speak with them. I think this is one that we need to pull more than just my contact in for.
I mean, we kind of know Pulsar, but
Yeah, we're pretty cool with Pulsar.
not
How much
sure
is-
what Pulsar's
I don't.
ability to do anything
I
about
think
this
this
would be,
might be
or
a
level of
full-
care would be.
We need
We-
Lady Lavender.
Yeah,
Ask
I
for an
think
audience?
this might be.
Maybe.
We're pretty cool with her though
I'm not
from
sure
that
she-
one time.
Huh? I thought she
Right.
was just there. Did you talk to her?
HK did briefly talk with her.
Yeah, yeah, a little.
Pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, she's cool. She seems nice. I don't, we're not like close enough that I can like ask her. I could try to
Yeah, no,
ask her
I-
for a favor, but like,
I'm
We
not
should
sure
at least
most
ask
are
for an
close
audience.
to her.
tell them what we know.
We could.
Dino Boy, it could probably get the team up on the platform to talking with people.
I was gonna say, could we...
He's right over there.
Above the table, because I have fully forgotten where this happened, but at some point somebody said that Tabs, or like Lavindra was the only person that Tabs trusted on the Ultras.
Yeah.
Who said
They're
that?
close.
That was Brother Nature.
Okay, so I'd have no knowledge of that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Elytra did hear that though, so it's just more so, will she be looking at her phone at this moment?
That's fair.
I could try and have Tabs direct her over to see us.
We have Tabs. Just tell her.
That's
Just
fair.
cut us out entirely.
I
That
mean,
I
might be
actually
easier
like
to-
that, because
You
then we
tell
don't have to...
Tabs, she'll believe you at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also probably easier coming from Tabs, a respected
Yeah.
member of the community, and not.
Us.
She's got a bit more pull
Yeah.
than us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a few
Oh,
things
kinda.
here and there.
I
Yeah,
but
mean,
it's-
Elytra will
Not a
quick
bad
send
reputation.
a message
anymore.
off to
No, we're just not well known though.
Tabs
Yeah.
saying
it's not like
essentially,
we're lowering crime rates in certain districts or anything.
No.
oh, yeah, no,
Absolutely
I
not.
will definitely bring that up in a second.
Interesting that he picked
But
the historic
first,
district for
text-
that particular comment.
text message to Tabs first, just saying Lori had a vision of the druids making a scene or making a public announcement at the gala. Please let Lady Lavender know.
Leaves.
Confirmed. And if anyone's paying attention, because of course,
Yeah.
Lady Lavender just like has a crowd around her constantly. She's
Well,
the most
she's-
famous hero in San Sebastian and possibly the world.
Blondie, I don't have time.
Yeah.
But
Lady
anyone paying
Lavender's
attention
here.
would actually see her sort of like pause for a second and like, and then she like says some excuse me's and just like flies off a little ways away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think that we've done our due diligence on this?
I'm not sure what else
No.
what other diligence we can do.
I think that we're small potatoes in a big pot right now.
We
so
really are. I think it might be pay attention to the ultras and the young giants. If they
Yeah.
look like they're in hot water,
Oh.
try and assist them if possible.
Okay.
Do what we can, I guess.
Yeah.
Where's Thoth?
That's a good question.
Where is Thoth?
Somebody text
Speaking
him?
of which,
I did text him.
Thoth.
Yep.
Do you think you would have checked your phone at some point? Maybe seen that message?
Well, probably on my, so I'm, after the Kane family departs,
Mhm.
it has definitely lit a fire under my ass, and I am pissed
I'm on your suit.
that, yeah, I'm pissed that I didn't, lay into the Elder Kane, but also that was kind of thin ice considering Luciferus was caught in the middle. But I am going to not literally chase after them, but I'm going to follow after them, head back into the main room and see if I can spot where Kane went.
Okay. Well, it turns out you don't have to follow them for long. As the Canes are reaching the ballroom, they are intercepted by a familiar face, Savannah.
Okay.
You do not catch what specifically is conveyed, but you see Savannah speaking with the Elder Kane, and then speaking with Luciferus, whose mood you can tell changes to more of a mission. As Savannah like points across the way, and you spot the table where the coven is at.
Okay.
Oh.
And Luciferus nods, looks at his father. His father acquiesces, And Kane sort of like pops to it a little bit and starts making his way towards the coven table.
Probably at this point, they are briefly separated and trying to slip in before Kane becomes preoccupied. I will pull out my phone. Probably disregard the messages I have at first, since I have to act speedily here. I'm gonna pop open my very short text conversation that I have with Kane, and I am going to type out "Still owe me tacos for skee ball." Send it to him.
He does not immediately respond, but at some point you get a thumbs up emoji.
Well, I want to see if he checks it before he gets over to the. I'm watching him as he crosses the ballroom.
He does check and seems to read it, but he does not immediately respond because he's sort of like on task. But as the parental Canes sort of make their way into the crowd, Savannah continues to stand there and is sort of like watching over everything from the doorway.
Blocking the doorway?
He's not blocking it, he's sort of like leaning off to the side, just sort of like observing.
Well, I probably at this point I do read the message from the rest of the team, and I'm like, okay, I should probably make an appearance for this. And I will go to slip past Savannah into the ballroom.
As you sort of approach him, he sort of like reflexively twitches a little bit and just has his head snap to you. You think maybe he wasn't entirely aware you were there. Apologies.
Worries, man. Give him a nod and again try to move past him.
He doesn't stop you, but his eyes follow you.
Because I've had a day. Actually, I've had a couple days, and I'm annoyed by a lot of things right now. I want to see what his emotional state is right now.
Woo-hoo!
Okay.
Nosy hentai boy. I love it.
I'm pissed off.
I love it.
There's about a half second where you get a read. And the emotions you get are weariness mixed with this military-like focus. But that's about all you get before, surprisingly, you feel that sort of psychic block that you experience with Cypher erect itself. As pretty quickly Savannah, like, grabs your shoulder. That was uncalled for.
There's something you want from me?
Oh, Daddy.
No. Aside from my own privacy.
I think I'll just look back at him and shrug off his hand. Go on.
He doesn't really make an effort to, like, hold you. But he just, like, watches you until you're, like, a fair distance into the crowd and then shifts his gaze back over to the coven table.
Okay. Try and find the table where everyone else is.
Easy enough to do. Thoth pretty much shows up as you all are like, where the heck is Thoth?
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
One
Hey.
of like 500. I think we mostly came up with this solution. Anyways, I don't know what rank bulletproof is, but like this is stressing me the fuck out.
Beat him to a whale.
I mean, I would like that to be plan A, but I don't know.
We can't do that here.
Yeah, I don't know where we're gonna get
Yeah.
a whale on short notice.
Exactly.
We're
I mean, there are some dead ones like in the other room, but like, you know.
also your mother would
it's
kill
not the
us.
place for it. Also, that.
Yeah, I can't make
I'd prefer
a
not to
scene
be
like
murdered.
that.
Yeah.
Hey, what did your dad do to our costumes?
Actually, yes, I am also curious about this answer.
That's I don't know what you're talking
Can I
about.
stand next to
I'd like to pierce the
Glory?
mask on that.
I would also like to
I
pierce the
think
mask.
I'm not really.
Why am I being fried all of a sudden? I have the problem. Help me solve it, please.
I am just not caring about the costume talk at all, and I just turned to HK and I'm like, do you want me to take care of it?
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
Shit.
Before Thoth leaves, Electra will fill him in on what else, like the coven shit that is going down.
Mundane.
Just so he is also
It's
aware.
so much shit going on right now. I'm sorry to even spring this on everybody, but yeah.
There's
If
also
I deal with it, it's gonna either end in blood or
I do not pierce the mask, but I get another potential.
The universe has righted myself because I rolled a 6 and I have a -1.
oh. If you want to incorporate this, she pulls a flask out of her glove and
very
don't
much
drink
offer.
this, you guys. It's blue stuff mixed with booze.
yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Because
Why?
I thought
Trying
it
to
would
kill
So many
someone?
concerns.
I thought it would be funny to see what happens if we give it to bulletproof.
Okay.
At the gala?
Yeah, let's not.
I'm not gonna talk to him if he
there's a
gets
lot of
drunk and
really-
sloppy and the news is here. That's on
No,
him.
but then you get
Mm.
caught. If you get caught for dosing someone,
yeah,
though,
handing
when
it
there's
to
a
him.
Yeah,
bunch
that
of legal
is-
people here.
Oh, I'm not gonna hand it to
So
him.
why are there so many lawyers
Oh,
and such
speaking
here?
of legal people, there's a really
Jesus
sus
Christ.
judge walking around trying to
Under the
recruit.
table.
Are we sitting
Glory's,
at a table or are we like standing
If we're, are
around
we
one?
sitting?
I guess it's up to you guys whether you're sitting or standing, but there's chairs.
I
I
think
see.
so.
I just start sliding down my
standing
chair
at
under
the
the
table.
table.
Glory is sort
Too
of
much. Too much.
placed her foot next to yours. It's like a, oh shit, is this what I think it is?
He's just sliding down.
Yeah.
Nope.
He's recruiting for the trust and looking for
Sounds sketchy. We should
hero
not do that.
allies.
Wait, what is the trust and why is it sketchy?
I don't
It's
know.
not necessarily to trust. Judge Griffith though is sketchy as fuck.
Who's Judge Griffith?
What is the trust?
SP is not at the table. He is under the table.
Why are you under the
It
table?
is whatever his
It's
organization
nice down
is.
here.
Can I
Glory's
pierce
probably
the mask
got a
on
hand on his
SP?
shoulder just because, like,
Both is
sorry.
gonna try and take the flask from HK.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna slip it to him behind my back. 'cause,
Okay.
Fuck this. This is fuckery. I can't behave
Let's-
anymore.
Let's just say he had a lot of questions regarding surveillance and the
I hope you didn't
applications.
answer them.
I was vague and undersold my abilities.
We should probably surveil them. Anyways,
Yeah,
let's-
civilians don't need to know.
yeah.
Definitely not.
Can I pierce the mask on SP? Why the fuck is he
Sure.
under the table?
Yeah, I feel like
HK is
this
gonna
is-
have been looking under the
That's-
table.
that's
and, like,
weird.
Staring
Yeah.
intensely at.
If you look under the table, you might see Glory's hand on his shoulder.
I squeeze HK's shoulder and then leave.
However, that is
With the
a
flask?
failure.
With the flask.
She's just gonna quick
well-
thumbs up behind her so that she
God.
sees that Thoth like got the yes from her.
You need to add this to the chaos moments list.
Lord.
It's like 3 conversations happening here, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so piercing the mask. I rolled an 8. What is my mundane currently? Is it a 0? So that is an 8.
I
Okay.
You
failed.
get a question.
I get a question. Let me
Don't
look
forget
at the
to mark potential if you fail a roll.
Oh, yeah. And that clears my track,
Ah.
so.
If I fail
Um,
one more roll, I clear a track.
Ooh.
Pierce the mask. What do you what do you intend to do? SP?
We're gonna have a long conversation with everybody later where there aren't a lot of people.
Oh, we're deflecting until we're in private. Got it.
Yep.
She will leave that alone then.
Now regarding the flask,
Yeah.
HK,
Oh no.
you feel it be taken from your hand.
Yeah.
Though it was not by you.
What?
What, is Savannah here suddenly?
Golden Gal?
No.
Oh my fucking
As a man that none of you know, like, just slides in behind HK, snatches the flask out of her hand, and just, like, takes a seat.
god. Who
What
the
the fuck?
fuck?
Excuse you?
We didn't see the. What, I guess
First of all,
HK
that's my
thought the flask
property.
thing, but huh? What?
You were not giving this to a minor, were you?
No.
Oh, those is
I don't know any minors that are at this current table.
For reference, the man in question, short, slim,
Was it
brown
fucking
hair, just
Freedom
sort of like
Wing?
naturally slicked back, is wearing a tux, but like the tie is already undone.
Who are you?
Oh, Park Peterson,
Who the
interviewer with the San Sebastian Times.
Jesus
Ah,
Christ.
More pictures of Spider-Man.
Menace.
Well, if you're gonna sit down, why don't you have a drink?
I think I will.
Oh God.
As he unscrews the flask, kicks back.
Oh
A drink.
God.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wrong stuff.
Good stuff. May I have my flask back? I am of age.
Sure. He starts to hand it back, and then sort of like lifts it up a little bit. Though, if it's all the same with the five of you, I would be interested in an interview.
You may have an interview once you give me my flask.
He hands it over.
I'd like to pierce the mask. On
Yeah,
this
this is sus.
want to
This is
leave.
another guy. I mean, Electra's like eyeing
I
Dino Boy and being like, you know what?
also wanna
That
pierce
dance
the
sounds
mask.
really nice.
I will
Anything
rejoin
to
the
get the fuck
table.
away from him.
Oh my God. Nope.
3,
Elytra is
4,
not
5. I
doing
got
well.
another 6.
8.
I cleared my track.
Hey.
Yay. Yeah, Gloria, you get to ask one.
Let me know.
Oh, I was already on my notes. Oh my god, I'm so smart.
It's possible that the answer is literally just to interview you, but what are you really planning, I guess, as the intention behind why he wants an interview? If it's possible to specify that.
Sure. Given his appearance, you're willing to bet that if he does work for the San Sebastian Times, which, well,
Does
he
he have a
said
press
that, not
badge?
necessarily true, because he hasn't shown you a
Yes.
press badge. You imagine he probably does not work as part of the, like, headlining articles of the San Sebastian Times. He strikes you more as someone who's more, I guess the term would be BuzzFeedy, just sort of like,
Listicles.
Tabloids.
yeah, more like pulp articles and just like short stuff.
Perfect. I can make up so many rumors. Okay.
God.
But probably what he's looking for is just some more material to print by interviewing a nascent young hero team.
Got it. No,
Well,
I'm
so-
down.
Can we see a press pass first?
Official. He reaches in and he does produce a.
While
press
he does
badge.
that, HK swipes the flask from him.
He already gave it back.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Both slips
She's
away.
just gonna slyly under the table slide the flask to Thoth.
All right.
Is
Is
it
he already
empty?
gone?
Is it empty?
It is not empty, but it is emptier.
Okay, well,
Oof.
I'll still take it. Slip it on my sleeve.
All right.
Leave.
So, we still agreeable with an interview?
Absolutely.
He sets his phone on the table, presses a record button for the audio, and then pulls out a pad of paper and a pen. So, Misfits with a Y, right?
Yes.
Correct.
You haven't done much, but you've been making some waves.
We're a newer team. We've only been around for what, like a month now? What's
3.
the rest of the team? 3 months. Well,
I do my
I'd
research.
say I'd say. Oh, apparently I don't. But I'd say that we've done quite a bit in the 3 months that we've been assembled.
I have. It's impressive, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
Though, I'm a little surprised you haven't really made much of a public appearance since before this shindig here. Is there any reason for that?
Wait, above the table. What would he mean by public appearance? Because we are here and it is, in theory, at least semi-public.
True, but a lot of
Lack
hero
of
teams
social
will do
media.
like press releases
Oh,
or social
okay.
media
Yeah.
account. Y'all haven't really done
don't-
that.
We haven't done
Okay.
any press after anything.
We're pretty low key, to be honest with you. Not really ones to
Says
step
the
out.
daughter of 2 of San Sebastián's sweethearts.
Yeah. What would a girl like me know about wanting to stay low key?
What indeed?
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit more. It's a little easier to breathe when you're not quite as
Famous isn't exceptional.
Yeah. Are they that famous though? I don't know.
I've got the ratings. That's all that really
Yeah.
matters in the end.
Okay. How
Depends who you
much
ask.
Yeah.
Often publicity is a distraction.
have they done in the community recently? Do you have their numbers? Because I think Electra has some numbers on the good we've done. So just wanted to put that one out there.
30% reduced crime rate
Them
in one district.
for us? I mean, that's pretty
For
good
you
for
all.
a bunch of rookies.
Well, rookies with some support, he says
Yeah.
as he looks at Elytra.
Support maybe, but more of a hands-off mentor. She prefers to let my team and me make our own paths.
She being?
Tabs.
Hmm.
We already knew
Confirmed
this
the rumor
connection.
then.
Well aware of that. But you do your homework, remember?
Yeah.
Indeed I do, though there's some conflicting rumors regarding whether or not you're actually her protege, or even if you're the only one.
I'm connected to Tabs. That's all you need to know.
Every hero in the city is connected to Tabs. That doesn't make you
Exactly.
Special.
I'm not saying I'm special.
We're obviously something because we're doing at least some good. What were the exceptionals numbers?
Elytra, he's going to attempt to shift your labels
Oof.
as superior down, mundane up.
I'll take that.
You seem to be talking about the exceptionals a whole lot.
No, I'm just saying. You said they have the ratings. Sure, they're famous, but how are they any better than a reality TV show?
They're not.
This interview isn't about them. Though, I wouldn't be
Hey.
surprised, given your past history with them, that you're so transfixed.
I actually can't talk to you about the exceptionals. You'll have to refer to Tony about the NDA I signed.
That would be Tony Merlot, your former
Mhm.
manager?
Yeah.
do you have any comment in regards to the recent video he published?
I have no comments. Again, NDA.
Your boyfriend had plenty.
Not my boyfriend. Interestingly enough.
Seemed pretty keen to defend you.
That's very nice of him, isn't it?
It is. And
Enough
then
about
we
that,
have
though.
The mysteries.
What mysteries?
He gestures with his pen at Glory and SP. A recent arrival, and a long-standing member of the young hero community who's done little to advance her public image. Any comment as to why?
I don't care about that kind of thing.
You live in San Sebastián, honey. You should.
We're a little more about walking the walk.
Privacy. Nobody's business what we do.
Question for
Besides
you
the
then.
heroing. That's
We're
all that
doing
matters.
good. That's about all that matters, yes.
He's still smiling, but you get, like, the slightest sensation of, like, he's a little disappointed by that answer. Is this dedication to privacy why you wear a mask in particular, son? He's just pointing at you, SP.
A lot of heroes wear masks.
Not masks like yours.
It's just a mask.
It's not just a mask. It's somebody's mask.
Sounds like their problem.
I mean, if it did resemble somebody's, it might be funny.
I feel like that would be more of a danger for me than anybody
Yeah.
else, too.
Is that why you think he targeted your team?
When was that?
I think we targeted him, actually.
Little Mars. Last month.
No, we definitely targeted him.
Seemed like more of a coincidence than anything, and a particularly unlucky one.
Well, yeah, me and Glory just happened to be in the neighborhood, and then.
Oh, yeah, he was
we
beating
called
up
the
some
others.
random civilians. I already
Yeah.
broke some guy's shoulder.
Yeah.
That as well. Strangely, no admission to the hospital, though.
Oh, I said it. I know a little
So
a little emergency battlefield medicine.
You
You
can.
are capable of having a gentle touch. Interesting.
I don't know that I would. Okay. Yep. Of course I am.
Well, that should about cover me for an article.
Well, it was so nice to talk with you.
Same here. I'll be seeing you around. Misfits. As he wanders off and almost immediately latches on to another hero who's walking by and starts interviewing them. Meanwhile, Thoth.
Yep.
Who completely evaded the team interview scene.
He
I
was
need-
busy causing.
People asking me about
Problems.
my quote unquote romance with Kane.
Yes.
fair.
He was definitely going to ask about that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Was a perfect time for him to slip out.
You said that you're headed to the foyer to investigate Bulletproof, correct?
Yep.
Alright. As you head out there, there's a few people coming and going. There's actually a few people who are already leaving. Seems like the folks who were just sort of here for the initial celebrations and aren't really interested in, like, some of the talks that'll be happening later on. But Bulletproof is there in his suit and stupid apple tie.
Stupid apple.
It has now been a fair bit beyond what HK said they'd be meeting at. So he has a pair of glasses like set next to him as he's like leaning against what would be like the welcome desk of the museum. Just sort of... What do you do?
Probably not like probably meander in his direction, not like I'm making a beeline for him. And I'll say, "What you doing out here, man? Party's inside."
Hey, trying to meet my girl. She said she'd be here.
Your girl?
Heavenly Katana? She's wearing the, that Hunger Games looking dress.
Nope. Nothing.
Well, what are you doing out here?
Some air.
Hmm. Bulletproof, by the way. Holds out a hand. And at this point you realize he does not recognize you.
I mean, I was very focused on making his clothes see-through last time, so that's fair. And I
That
think
super
I
tracks,
think the
too.
second time we conversed, I was coming through a phone. I'll shake his hand. Both.
Wait. You're one of Mia's teammates, right?
Who?
Heavenly Katana.
Yeah, who?
Roll to, provoke.
Roll to provoke. Would this count as like trying to mislead or trick someone? Or are you going?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Are you kidding me?
Can I use are you watching closely?
Yes.
Excellent. That's a 12. So
Okay.
I get to choose 3.
Yeah.
I would like you get an opportunity, you expose a weakness or flaw, and you avoid further entanglement.
Okay. I may have to abstract this a touch.
That's fair.
Just so you know. So you don't actually know her?
I mean, name sounds vaguely familiar, but
You might have seen the new video.
video?
You really not know me? Exceptionals? We got a show, YouTube channel.
Oh wait, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. New video supplemental episode came out recently. Our producer... Don't tell anyone. I'm technically not supposed to say this. But our producer did some edits. Which... me and my girl are going through a little bit of a rough time right now, so I don't think that was a good idea.
Kind of edits.
You know, overdubbed her voice. Had her say some things that she didn't actually say. Which I'm certain is not helping our current situation.
sounds. That sounds like it would throw fuel onto a fire. Actually, probably a tanker onto a fire.
I was gonna ask her if she wanted to terminate her contract, because I could try to finagle that for her, but she won't talk to me.
Well, I mean, are you hoping for anything in return for terminating the contract?
Conversation be nice, but I mean, right now, I'm just trying not to. The best thing I can figure is that Tony said something to her. I don't know what. But they had a conversation after she had an accident. Next thing I know, she's off the team and doesn't want to talk to me. And now he's doing this. Like, it's hard enough fighting the good fight, you know? And then he's gotta make the personal life more complicated.
What'd you say he does? Like some editor or something?
He's got an editing team. Well, had an editing team. Half of them got arrested recently.
Yikes.
Well, that's what happens when you smack an ultra with a chair.
Yeah, I can imagine. So he's like responsible for curating content for you guys? Like managing your
Yeah.
show, your channel?
Yeah, you know, he's like a brand manager.
Honest, man. Sounds like he doesn't have your best interest at heart.
I mean, you're not wrong. But he's also really good at his job. So,
What's most important to you? Your ratings, your internet fame, or this girl you supposedly care a lot about?
he sort of like looks at you for a second. Good point. I have to get the others on board. He sort of like looks around. She's not coming again.
Hey, word of advice. Take a step back and really think about where you're at in life, want, care about, and make the choices that really push you down your desired path. And if it is, try and reconcile with this holy katana.
Heavenly Katana.
Right. Yes, heavenly katana. I think really the old adage, actions speak louder than words, is like there for a reason, man. I think if you really show her that you want things to be different and be the man that she wants you to be, then things might change. But from what you're saying, it sounds like you've been going in circles and that hasn't worked out for you, so I don't think anything's gonna change. Just keep going down the same path you're on.
You're right. He reaches over, grabs the glasses, and hands one to you. 2 actions.
I think I just give a little chuckle and I'll clink glasses with him. Yeah, man.
He just like shoots the champagne back, sets his glass down on the counter, and says, "Right. Thanks." Pats you on the shoulder and walks back in.
I hope he's not going. Okay. But I think I'll sit out there and sip at this a little bit. I might sneak a little bit from the flask.
Oh God.
Roll me a d6.
Oh boy.
Immediate death.
4.
Yeah.
It's dangly.
Nice. I need that.
Also, you're fairly certain you're smelling blood.
That reporter knocked back most of this, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not
I'm
Faust's
not
blood he's
finishing
smelling.
it. I'm taking a little sippy sip.
Strips the throat.
Go. Whew. Spicy.
Did Bulletproof just drink some of that too?
No,
You did not.
He just had the
Oh.
champagne.
He had his own.
We did not dose Bulletproof.
Didn't have to. Just
Lie to him.
Yeah, I'll probably finish the champagne glass he handed me too.
As you're doing that, Thoth,
Oh boy.
you probably stumble a second as you hear a very familiar voice from inside the gala room. Oh, Mother, please. We're just going to visit with... Well, Bulletproof, I guess is what he's going by now. We'll be back in a moment. As you see Richie Nelson walk past. Alongside someone... Well, roll me a d6 real quick, because you may or may not recognize her.
God. Oh, I am locked in. That's a 5.
Okay. It takes you a second to recognize her. She has, like, slightly tanner skin than Richie, is, like, noticeably a few inches taller. Different complexion, but you realize you do recognize her from Space Burgers. She was one of the
Oh.
people that you saved there.
the Cole.
It is Cole Nelson.
What's that spelled? Cole?
Cole.
Cole.
And I think we'll go ahead and take a quick break there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Be back in 10. This is fine.
And like, turns out you probably should have paid attention to my trajectory because I don't stop.
All right. We're back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So, Thoth, as you see Richie Nelson and the familiar woman head into the ballroom, those of you at the table, firstly, briefly see Bulletproof as he, like, half jogs down the stairs and just sort of, like, disappears into the crowd. Like, very clearly on a mission of some kind. And then, following after him is a young man you do not recognize, and SP, Cole, alongside him.
That's weird.
Do we all see this?
Yeah. Like, it's the main entranceway. Like, it's pretty easy to see.
Okay.
So did they just blow past me when I was in the foyer, or did they come from like somewhere
They
else?
didn't come through the foyer. They
Okay.
just
I just heard their
were-
voices.
Yeah, they were already inside and they're like re-entering the ballroom.
Got it. Okay. My drink.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a
I'm
lot
not
of
even gonna ask
alcohol
how
and a
that
lot of
went.
energy drink.
Yep. Fine. Fine. I
So
may
it's
leave.
gonna- the hallucinations just extend to
no.
everybody in the.
That blood
boy.
smell is getting stronger.
I
Oh.
Elytra Bulletproof has gone in a different direction. So I think Elytra's gonna look at the team and say, I think that's everything that I needed to cover, unless someone else has something to cover. I'm gonna go dance before shit hits the fan.
Go find. Yeah, I'm gonna go zip around.
And as you all start to disperse, you all probably would see Luciferus Cain sort of standing at the Coven's table talking with them. It seems that they're having civil enough conversation.
So Thoth has not come back, and Elytra and HK have cleared out.
Elytra would be clearing out right now if you needed her. If you don't stop her, she's probably going to take DB up on that dance just because she's like, I need to like
May as well.
not for a sec and just dance. I can deal with this problem right now.
Assuming SP hasn't headed off.
I haven't yet, but
Did we
if you,
find Thoth?
Blair's not
maybe?
going to say shit until it's no one else's go. If no
oh
one else is
well,
around at any
HK's
point.
going to look for Savannah. She's going to introduce herself,
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay.
causing
Good luck.
chaos, causing problems on purpose.
I assume you don't say you're doing this out loud.
Oh
Please
hell
don't,
no!
'cause I
I
don't
ain't
want
telling
that. Then
it.
she was just
I ain't
gonna
telling
go-
Glory that. Glory's gonna
Yeah,
be like,
don't.
no.
Please don't. I don't want to have to deal with it.
Just enjoy the game.
I, as a player, enjoy the chaos. Glory, as a character, you're going to give an aneurysm.
Hopefully not, but
You think
know.
Bulletproof knocked Thoth out or something?
Maybe. I tripped over him.
You're supposed to know
Sorry.
everybody's powers and backstories.
You're not. It was a little funny. I'm sorry.
I thought it'd be funny if he fell, and then he wouldn't catch up to HK.
Hey, if it's ever feasible, I'll trip him for you. He'd have a harder time running me over.
That's fair.
How, Elytra seems to have been talking to somebody interesting.
Apparently.
You also fully slid below the table. Are you all right? I mean, given the...
Yeah, we're just probably gonna have a really uncomfortable conversation later.
Oh, like you're gonna...
I think it's probably in everybody's best interest going and safety, personal safety. The big one. That's a big one going forward.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you need anything from me?
The support.
Always. Hey. However it ends up going. Still got your back.
Thanks.
I'm going for comfort and support.
All right. Plasma and Dane.
My Mondane's terrible. So Jenna dice. Okay. Would be an 8 minus 1's a 7.
Nice.
All right. So, SP, you get to either mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels of your choice. If you open up, that is.
I would
You don't have
consider that opening up. Oh, what does he want to do? Cry in a corner. Can't do that.
I mean, you could. You just might be on the news about it later.
We'll just run the clip of him saying hi and then jump cut to him crying in the corner.
Yep.
Oh, no.
New meme
Terrible.
template.
Yes. Hi. Smash cut.
Yeah.
Oh, I left the dog out. It's fine. I think it'll be all right. Everybody seems to have a level head.
Yeah.
I mean, what's another problem to throw onto the problem pile?
There's a few rabbit holes around here.
I
Sorry,
thought
Dan.
about what you said at Physiques. That thing. You told me to think
Which one?
about
Oh.
you, and then if something ever comes to light, if it would change my
Yeah.
opinion about you. I don't think it will. Because, like, until you know, like, all of the things about somebody, even the bad things, you don't really know who they are. And you can't. You can't form a relationship with somebody.
This means the player laughing, not Glory laughing.
Unless you've forgiven them for all the things they've done, and you.
It's pretty insightful.
I've been thinking about it a lot.
Sorry if it's taken up more brain space than you would have wanted it to.
It's okay.
Oh. It's another one of those things I don't really know how to talk about. And I cannot and should not talk about it here.
That's okay. We can add it to the private conversation pile because we got 2 different piles going on.
Tell you what. The next time he doesn't need the hospital, we can have a conversation.
I know you can't stop going to the hospital, but
Dude,
it's
I have a
jarring.
treatment room that
I
has
know it's
more or less my
jarring.
name on it. I am very sorry for that, but it's a place where there are fewer ears,
Yeah,
home turf, so to speak.
there's a lot of ears around here.
There are many ears, and you know, I don't really like my personal business spreading if I can avoid it, which I can't most of the time, it seems. Though I appreciate your discretion.
I try. I think I should try harder in general on that.
Something happened?
HK and I were dancing and talking, and some of Golden Girl's friends overheard us.
About what? Should I be worried?
Kane. He's got
Like-
that half Hellfire suit going on, and then Thoth has a half lightning thing going on.
Is this about what HK said in the group chat?
I think it's. I thought it was like it's a trend, isn't it? But I don't know.
It's not my place to really speculate on what's going on with that. But if it is true, Oath is a fairly private person. I don't see that ending well.
Yeah. Should probably go find him and tell him. Also make sure Bulletproof didn't knock him out. A heads up. I don't know how fast the rumor mill works, but probably
I mean, it
just
might
as
have
fast
become-
as HK runs.
Correct.
Might have a fair point. How about do you want to talk to Thoth now or later? Because given certain individuals who cornered Elytra, I don't really want to leave you on your own at the moment.
I mean, I can go find him. I'm sure it's fine. No, and I'll just
For
hide under a table.
For my own nerves. Please.
Yeah. All right.
I can leave you two in peace when we find him. I'd
Okay.
just rather not, actually want to talk to him. He's got an uncanny sense for these things, it seems.
That's fine. We'll go look for him. 4 eyes are better than 2.
After you
All
go.
right. As the two of you go to find Thoth, Elytra. Dino Boy is waiting patiently next to the dance floor. And easy enough to find due to how tall he is.
Elytra will walk up to him and say, I'm guessing there might be a limited shelf life on this dancing thing, and I feel like I want to actually experience some of this gala before everything goes to shit. So, want to dance?
Absolutely.
Oh, this poor boy.
As if you allow him to, he will take your hand as the music starts into a waltz again.
Elytra will even be courteous enough to let him lead.
And as the two of you are dancing, so about our sparring session that we have, penciled in.
The one that I'm supposed to be evaluating you in SP sparring?
That's, guy thing. This is, well, I was wondering if, you maybe want to get lunch before or after sparring.
I think as much as she had mentally prepared for the fact that this was probably going to happen during the waltz, Elytra stumbles slightly.
Oop,
just because
easy.
It's a lot. Everything that's going on right now. And she looks at him for a solid few seconds where she's considering her words. And she says, as much as I think lunch would be a pleasant experience, I think there is the potential that you would get more out of it than I intend. And I hate doing this now on this dance floor, but I can't, in light of all of the drama that I am seeing in regards to personal lives, let this continue. I don't know if I am capable of taking a step in a romantic direction with any individual at this time.
Well, that sounds like a no.
Unfortunately. At least in terms of what I assume you're asking.
Yeah, you assume, right? Sorry.
You're allowed to have your feelings. I think I've never really had to consider someone having those feelings for me before. And the fact
Really?
that
He kind of says really with like a genuine amount of surprise in his voice.
well, there's also I could just not be aware of it, but I don't think I'm necessarily on the romantically inclined wavelength, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that you're an attractive guy, but the I can see that there are God, we're surrounded by superheroes. There's a fair amount of varying degrees of attraction everywhere, but that
It's okay. I get it. Not gonna act like I'm not a little disappointed. But I would ask if we can at least, I don't know, stay buddies then? You're about the only person I can talk to about science stuff.
I mean, I still fully intend to kick your ass at sparring next time. Like, that's not gonna change.
Next time I'm gonna try.
Bring it. Next time I won't have weights.
Can we at least finish this dance?
I would like that a lot. Dancing right now just kind of feels normal in light of the chaos that I know will be coming once we leave this dance floor.
City of the superhero, more like city of the holy shit.
Messy. It's very messy.
It's always messy.
So hopefully between our team and your team, we can make it a little less messy. Maybe make a change for the better.
We can try.
Maybe at least get rid of the bullshit politics. Try. I know it's a big try, but it gets in the way of a lot.
Yeah. Of course, we'll see what Savannah thinks after whatever that is. As he sort of like nods his head off to the side. HK.
Oh no!
It's easy enough to find Savannah.
It's chaos time.
As he is still sort of like off to the side of like the main room, sort of like up a set of stairs, just sort of leaning against a doorway, watching. He like his eyes follow you as you approach him. Evening.
Hello. You must be Savannah. I've heard so much about you. She'll offer out her hand to shake Heavenly Katana.
I'm aware. He shakes it.
I would expect nothing less. Thought I'd introduce myself, and you're the only of the young giants we haven't met or worked with.
Well, I think that's mostly because I'm the most focused.
So you're saying that we were just distractions, huh?
Well, you did hijack the majority of my team for a gymnasium.
Yes, and there's a good reason for that, which I'm not at liberty to discuss.
I'm well aware.
Well then, you know that it was a pretty high-level threat.
That you encouraged the reassembly of.
What? Oh, I didn't personally encourage anything. It did get my sword for a hot second, but I took it back.
So I heard. He's just kind of like looking between like the rest of the ballroom and you at this point, just like, why are you still talking to me?
You're always on, huh?
Of course.
You don't like to do anything outside of heroing? Just
Not particularly, no.
so serious.
But I understand the importance of events such as these.
Then you understand the importance of mingling.
Perhaps on paper.
So you're not interested in dancing then?
That's an invitation.
Sure. Why not? I'm actually a very talented dancer.
I'm aware.
You do your homework, huh?
Extensively.
You still haven't answered the question.
Doesn't really respond with words, he just sort of like extends a hand.
And she
Just
will
right.
take it.
Just sort of like, lead on.
She can't wait to see Glory's face after this.
You're gonna get relief that you didn't cause an incident.
Yet.
And
I was about to say, there's a big yet there.
Elytra, you're taken somewhat aback as you see Heavenly Katana leading Savannah to the dance floor of all places.
That mess I talked about, this might get that way. Do you want front row seats, or do you want to slink off into the crowd?
Certain if I could force myself to slink off. This is either about to be amazing or a train wreck.
Yes.
Yes.
An amazing train wreck is goals.
I'm kind of intrigued. I'll be fully honest.
I haven't seen him dance in like years.
Well, you picked the right partner.
Press is gonna have a field day with this one.
Russ is gonna have a lot of field days, I have a feeling.
HK. Roll me to unleash your powers. To dance.
All right. And that's a freak roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think Savannah got me a little off my kilter. I rolled a 7.
Well, yeah. Unstable or temporary or marking condition, your choice.
I
Is
am
it
going to mark a condition. I think she's gonna mark insecure.
Okay.
She's gonna keep her game face on, but she's like, wait, this guy's very unshakable.
Insecure makes sense because he shows you the fuck up.
No fucking way.
Yes.
Would this perhaps involve the compete against a member of the Young Giants move?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Given the undertone.
That is a fair point. Yeah. HK, go ahead and roll me plus Savior for directly compete against a member of the Young Giants there. And we'll say take a -1 to it because of the difficulty with Unleash Your Powers there.
Okay, so plus Savior, that puts me at 11. -1 is 10.
Okay. So, you get to choose 2 from clear one of your conditions, clear one of their conditions, inflict a condition on them, gain influence over them, or take +1 forward on your next move involving them.
This is good. So how many do I get to choose? 2?
2.
I kind of want to inflict an insecure on him.
Okay. That's 1.
All right. Brat behavior. Sorry, can't resist. Then I think I think I'll leave us on level playing fields, and I'll take the +1. In the next
All right.
move against him.
Note that down. That will be relevant for later on.
At
She
the
likes
team
the
off.
chase.
Yes, for the team off. As well, Savannah and Heavenly Katana start to dance. And it is something to behold.
She's gonna use the flames dramatically as she's twirled and stuff.
It apparently Savannah has got quite the moves because he pretty much matches you beat for beat, and like at a certain point the band on stage picks up on it and like picks up the tempo for the two of you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it gets like crazy. Like I leave it up to you whether or not you involve some of your abilities, but Savannah
yeah.
definitely kicks in some of his.
The speed for speed.
Mm-hmm. And he definitely does like a very impressive like ballet toss with you at one point.
Nice. Our form is real good.
It
If we
is.
could, well, he can fly, but not probably in ballet form. So
It is remarkably impressive, and like most of the crowd just sort of stops to watch this. And by the time the two of you are done, like both of you can just feel every pair of eyes in the room on you. And you can sort of softly hear like the click 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 of like various photographers just being like,
she's gonna lean in and whisper into him. See, See, you can make an impression without actually talking to the press. Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
He sort of like writes himself and like dusts himself off. To anyone paying attention, all of the young giants in the room are just like
Even
like I kind of
Luciferus?
imagine that like Golden Gal was
Jaw.
like mid pouring another drink and is just like slowly pouring it like onto the table, just like what the.
The fuck is happening right now?
Luciferus
Love
was like
triangle.
mid conversation with the Covenant is just like completely stopped.
Is he having fun?
No.
Dino Boy has like taken you, Elytra, like off to the side just to give them space, and he is just like stopped at a certain point and is just like watching this in like complete awe. Do you know he could do that? I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. Powers are weird.
What the fuck? And then none of you specifically know where Floor is, but she's just like
My evil plans are coming. I mean, my good plans are coming together. Purely innocent plans are coming together.
Yeah, as HKU leads Savannah off the stage and like the party sort of resumes, but there's like a bit more of like awe in the air now. And HK, you probably catch your parents like off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom's probably as close to giving a smile as she has been in a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This served many, many purposes for HK.
Yeah, because somewhere else, Bulletproof is not too happy.
Oh, he's pissed. I know he is.
Actions, buddy, actions. Remember the actions. Stick to the
Actions.
plan.
Fight Savannah.
Yes.
Worst decision.
Fire Tony.
Bite Savannah. Don't fight him. Bite him.
Fire Tony.
Several
That will
gremlins
go
on one
so-
shoulder and then Thoth on the other. Like, fire Tony. The rest, fight him.
Oh, goodness.
It's not a devil, it's a hoodlum and
That's
a thug.
okay. I'm gonna cause problems too.
Well, about that, Thoth, what are you currently up to?
As I'm finishing the champagne, I'm probably moping a little bit about this fucking awful day I'm having. And Adolphus Kane and just how he shat on me, and I think that eventually, again, that fire comes back and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? What? This is not who I am. Why am I letting his shitty ass words get to me? So I'll, once the champagne glass is empty, I'll set it next to the other empty one and, go do something stupid, probably. And go back to the ballroom.
Okay. Probably run into Gloria and SP on the way, as they were coming to find you. You all may interact as you see fit.
I think, Bree, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
They are.
Okay. Gloria will say, "Oh, we were looking for you."
Bulletproof didn't knock you out.
Also because of that.
Nope. I think I derailed him for the moment. Well, no. Had to go.
That's good.
That's good.
But I have something I need to do.
Oh.
You need help?
Unclear. I don't know. Maybe in the aftermath. We'll see.
Aftermath? I'm not going to ask questions since you clearly don't want to answer them. How worried should I be? is the question I will ask.
Well, I'll put it simply. I want Adolphus Kane to have a very bad day.
I don't necessarily disagree with its objective. Don't get caught. I shall kind of give SP a look because the puzzle pieces for why this might have been something Thoth would say are kind of puzzling.
What I had in mind.
Heard that some rumors might be going around.
Oh yeah, apparently there's like some article or something. I don't know, but
Related.
An article that was so fast. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. His dad fucking tracked me down in the hallway and was like, "Why are you dating my son?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
The fuck?
And told me to remember my place.
What?
You know what? I'm not even gonna judge if you want to fucking shut up. Just don't get caught.
What I had in mind was pretty obvious, so.
I'd recommend considering how you can come out looking like you have the moral high ground. I think you do personally, but you know how rich people are.
And there's a lot of rich people in there.
I was going to ask Kane to dance.
I like it.
Yeah, he's not with his parents. He's talking to Coven right now.
Excellent. His asking him in front of them might lead to some weird repercussions for him.
Weird repercussions for what?
For him.
Okay, actually, I cut that. I would not know that. That's me as a player.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not near them right now, so. Godspeed.
Okay.
Debrief later, maybe.
Yeah.
We need to have a team meeting at some point.
Yeah.
Not here.
Preferably without reporters showing
Not
up.
here.
Oh, also,
No, not here.
Monday morning, we're gonna meet with Walter and Carlos to talk potential sponsorships and maybe bikes.
Oh, hey, that'd be good.
You saw them?
Sponsorships are good.
Here.
Nice. How are they?
Things are going good for them.
I'm glad. Definitely we're in a rough patch. Well, good luck with Kane.
I'm gonna have a ball.
As you should.
And as you all turn around from finishing this conversation, you see HK and Savannah going at it on the dance floor.
There's my distraction. Perfect.
Before Thoth leaves, Glory will say, remembering that he did not do super well during the dance lessons, she'll remember the timing, count.
Boone, the cat doesn't want your toy.
Is he trying to offer it to her?
No. She's entering this part of the basement and he's sitting near the door, so he has to go to the other part because she might steal this thing that she has no interest in.
Oh my god. But Glory will give him a few reminders from the lessons and wish him luck.
I'll probably mentally rehearse the steps and the counting and the timing
And the counting.
as I head down the stairs.
As he does, she'll say to SP, "Sorry that kind of got derailed. You seem to be having a moment."
How is there already an article about it? And how did his parents find out?
Fast. My guess on the parents would be rumor mill.
Oh, well, if they saw an article, I guess maybe they heard it and then looked it up.
Maybe there's a reporter here writing snap articles. Live updates, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Want to see how it goes?
Yes. Yes, I do.
They're gonna, I think, just get a good vantage point to watch whatever happens.
Hopefully not a disaster. We'll see.
There's so many potential disasters going on right now.
So Thoth,
Yep.
as you approach the Coven's table, Luciferus does not notice you approach because he is staring at HK and Savannah as they finish up their dance, and is just like mouth slightly agape, just like. Right. So, and he turns back to the Coven, who all of them were also watching. You agree then to the terms of the contract?
Oh.
And the chimpanzee, who appears to be smoking a cigarette, you're fairly certain that's not allowed in here, but he's just doing it anyway. Sort of takes a cigarette and goes, "Yeah, sure, kid. You're fine with us." All he is. And Luciferus sort of like snaps his fingers and a piece of paper sort of appears on the table and then a little pen next to it. "I would request a signature." "By oath of the Coven." He just sort of puts his hand on it and that pentagram symbol appears on it. "Thank you." Snaps his fingers again, the contract vanishes. And he sort of like looks over to the dais where the ultras are sort of coming and going from, and you realize that Lady Lavender is up there and appears to have been watching him. And he gives like a nod to her, and she sort of like nods back. And then he turns around and nearly walks directly into you, Thoth. Oh,
Hell yeah.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
no, we were just concluding our business, yes? The chimp. Mm.
Lovely. Do you want to dance?
Pardon?
Dance, you, me, here.
Sure. As it's a little hard to miss the like touch of blush that goes into his pale face.
I'm probably also a little flush. Some of the alcohol in my system.
I was about to say, you are running on like the equivalent of vodka Red Bull right now.
Yeah,
Liquid courage.
Yep.
As dancers are moving back into the dance floor, you and Kane intermingle with them.
Hey.
Kane is a significantly better dancer than you.
I think I step on
Only
his...
because he's not buzzed.
Well, I mean, assume all of my bad skills are... I think I probably, accidentally knock toes with him or something. Sorry, I'm a little inexperienced.
Well, follow my lead then. And he'll, like, tap his heel against the floor, and, like, little red symbols appear for, like, where you need to step.
I think I chuckle softly at that. Thank you.
Thank you.
What?
Withstanding the attentions of my father.
I'm an asshole. No offense, he's kind of an asshole.
I know he means well, but he is not blessed with significant social graces, if I am being perfectly honest.
I mean, I guess that's one way to be protective of your son.
He's protective of all of San Sebastián. It's the calling of his position.
I mean, aren't we technically doing the same?
In a way. But his task is to ensure that no evil escapes, not so much that no evil is permitted.
But like, there's at some point you have to learn how to separate yourself from the job. Always be bringing that stuff home with you.
You do realize we live on the island with the prisoners, yes?
But doesn't mean you can't. You know, when you're inside the bounds of your home, that can be a little sanctuary.
No, it's quite secure, I assure you.
Not really what I meant. Just like a haven from all of the stressors of life and work and things going on in the outside world. Oh, don't you have anywhere that you just go to be yourself and relax and get away from it all?
The monolith. My team... The press is not allowed within the monolith, so we're allowed to let down our guards, so to speak. Not that that stops them from trying to breach that security, however unsuccessfully as it may be.
Another check in the pros column for.
To be quite honest, my family's level of status does not permit me the benefit of secrecy.
That's fair. Of our own trials and tribulations.
And you? What of your family?
They're complicated. I'm on my own. Well, guess I'm not completely on my own. I have a really good childhood friend. We're basically brothers, so.
I see.
And then the team, too.
I understand that position. Despite my resistances, the rest of the giants have wormed their ways in.
Well, when you're facing down potential death and destruction every other day, it's a bonding experience.
I suppose. it's about at this point that you feel him, like, stiffen a little bit. As you realize that watching from the sidelines is the warden.
And
He will have words for us.
maybe. Deal with that then.
Barely above a whisper. How do you do it?
What?
Live so free.
I your option.
He sort of searches your face, but before he gets too far, the song ends and people start clapping. Mr. King comes onto the microphone once again. Now, we've all had a lovely evening, ladies and gentlemen, but if we could please clear the dance floor, it is time for the aerial ballet. HK.
Mhm.
As you're sort of like at the bar with Savannah, you feel a hand grasp around your wrist.
She's gonna look over to see whose hand who's grabbed her.
Bulletproof.
I kill him.
He
You need, like,
has
Bulletproof alert for her to press.
he
Help!
has
She needs a rape whistle to just like.
let's maybe not so up. I'm not gonna go there.
That's fair. Maybe a
We
fog.
do
horn.
have sexual assault, I believe, on our lines and bails
Yeah.
list.
Yes.
But he's got like a weird, slightly manic expression on his face
Mhm.
as he looks at you like dead in the face and says, "Dance with me," and starts pulling you towards the dance floor for the aerial ballet.
I'm in the midst of something right now, Bulletproof. I'm gonna ask you to let me go nicely once, and then I'm gonna get loud.
And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
No.
You thought this would only take 2 sessions.
No.
Yeah. We skipped a
Rip.
bunch of scenes that I had planned, honestly.
Rare?
Yeah.
God.
I'm intrigued to know what you had planned that we skipped, but
Same.
Well, HK literally ran past one of them, which was the Golden Gal Gossip Club.
fair.
Fair.
Save that for later. But we'll have to pick that up next time.
Golden Gale Gossip Gang. GGG.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Alliteration.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm writing that one down. All right. But we have some end of session questions. Whoever would like to go first?
I mean, I feel like Elytra can go first. Ironically, despite breaking his heart, Elytra will grow closer to the team, specifically Dino Boy, and she'll give him influence because
Oh.
despite the whole
Despite
I'm not
everything.
into you, she does feel like it's a healthy step forward.
It's not much worse.
Case in point, what's happening now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you will definitely accept that influence, and you can mark potential or clear condition.
I think knowing what's coming forward, I am going to clear a condition. Yeah, there's some fun stuff coming up.
All right. Next.
I can go. Girl close to the team, specifically Kane.
You don't say.
Yeah, and he already has influence.
Mm-hmm. He will shift your superior down, mundane up.
Okay, I can do that. And I don't have any condition, so I will take the potential.
Aside from the invisible condition of slightly drunk.
Yeah, buzzed.
Drunk on whatever the hell that thing was.
Add that condition.
No,
A
it
mystery.
was what? Was it vodka or tequila in the flask?
Yes.
You
Tequila.
said tequila.
It was tequila and
mixed
blue.
with blue.
And blue.
And on
Blue.
top of that, a glass
The
of
concept
champagne.
of blue.
The
Yeah.
concept of blue.
So, probably have too much alcohol coursing through it.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
Hypercoursing. That alcohol's on speed.
Do stupid things faster.
Oh yeah.
Well,
In fast motion.
I went from 0 to fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I need that on a sticker.
To be fair,
I
that was the intention with Adolphus Kane. He's not a nice guy.
No.
And he pushed a lot of my buttons.
Oh yeah.
Every single button.
as soon as HK hears what he said about
He
knowing
speed
place,
ran those buttons.
Oh, yeah.
things are
Went
going
in the
to
elevator, hands all the way down the buttons.
Mm-hmm. She should tell her mom.
Yes.
I mean,
How dare somebody call her hoodlum an urchin?
Yeah.
tell
yeah.
him to know his place.
I'm
That'll go well.
not saying that HK is about to make his life very inconvenient, not harm him, but I'm just saying that she's gonna be real pissed.
As a reminder, before y'all do anything, he is one of the most important and influential people in this city as he runs the supervillain prison.
Yeah. Don't
Any
get
slight
caught.
against him is
That's-
not gonna go well.
The best revenge is for me to marry his son.
Yes.
True, actually.
That's
Piss off
actually
somebody's
true.
dad by marrying their kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've heard
I
of
can
marriage
go-
of convenience, now get ready for marriage of spite.
Yes. Well, this was a
Powerful
dance
motivator.
despite, so.
And then have him take your last name.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's all
And let
coming
you know
together.
now that's probably impossible.
Anyways, I'm gonna also grow closer to the team, closer to Savannah. She didn't actually
In a
expect me to
moment.
take him up on the
Yeah.
dance. I'm actually I'm like, is it next Friday? I want to see how he reacts to this, like, bulletproof dragging her away from the bar.
I mean, he's kind of
Her
insisting.
insisting-
So on principle, even he might.
Yeah, also, she
Mhm.
insisted politely to not do that.
Oh yeah.
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 Well, action speaks louder, as he was recently told.
Oh god.
no.
Bite bulletproof. Don't bite bulletproof.
This dunce idiot.
I will let you know, though, that opportunity that Thoth got you is still open, depending on how you play this, HK. He could help you.
Bulletproof could help.
She doesn't know that, though.
No, she has no idea.
That's Ah, if only this team had a telepath.
I'm just an emotional telepath.
Where is Echo?
I will say, when we were told to evacuate the dance floor, I did pull Luciferus in the opposite direction from his dad.
Ooh,
All right.
Then into an
Yes.
alcove.
I love it.
But yes, while you did give Savannah influence, you do not have influence over Savannah.
Yep.
Because you did not select that option, and he is not going to give that up willingly. I'll let you know right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's fair.
Like, exactly one member of his own team actually influences him.
Which
Oh,
one
Floor.
is it?
Floor,
Floor, yeah.
Or
Probably Floor.
I'm not saying.
Not Dino Boy, that's for sure.
Dino's
We've
like,
definitely
"You can
ruled
dance?"
It is
Two
not
out.
Golden Girl, so
We've
It'd be very
successfully
funny if it
ruled out
was.
2. No
Probably not
surprise. SP's gonna grow closer to Glory again.
You don't say.
I know, it's wild. Who'd have thunk?
Who would have thunk? Hmm. Through a combination of just the everything of the situation where the straight up goddess of marriage is commenting on Glory's whatever this is, and the whole thing with his dad. I think I'm going to say mundane down, danger up.
That can happen. Nothing bad
Nice.
happens.
Yay! Don't forget, you can clear or mark potential.
I'm only angry right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna clear that. I'll just have no conditions. Wow, look at me. Not angry.
Shockingly, Glory's also going to grow closer to the team, closer to
I'm gonna
SP
need a new
because
sticky note.
Yeah, it's a bit, it was a lot, but she appreciates the support, even if she does probably have to follow through on her promise of telling him things about herself that she'd rather not tell him. I'm gonna wait to see what you do before deciding what I do with that.
Let's- Savior up. Something else down. Freak down.
You love giving me conditions. My savior is still at 3, so I get a
Nice.
condition.
Nice.
What conditions do you have marked?
Insecure.
Guilty makes sense, I think.
Tracks. One sec. And since I did
Yeah. Ciao.
cleared my potential track earlier in the episode, so I'm going to instead clear insecure.
Okay.
Mostly because there's weirdly something also freeing about having agreed to reveal secrets.
Yeah,
We'll see how
a
that
little bit.
goes.
Might need to have you two do that in private, because I don't necessarily want the reveal spoiled too soon.
That is up to you. We
I
can
mean,
always
my-
record something and then add it in separately.
Yeah. It's in the team's best interest if SP starts telling them things, because
I will
people
say
are
for what it's worth,
snooping around.
Glory is planning on telling him that thing, but not other people.
Mm-hmm.
We can
So
always
it's
just
private
do
might
that
work
in
better for that.
DMs too.
Yeah.
I'll consider it, and I'll let you guys know before next session.
Yeah, just keep
When they
me
have
notified.
time.
But I believe that leaves us with Elytra.
She,
Dino Boy.
Dino Boy.
That's
Was that
everybody.
then?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we are done for this evening then. Thank you all for watching once again. Tune in next week for not the end of Jukebox Justice quite yet, because I think of schedules, right?
I believe it's the
Right.
week after next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week,
But-
Next
Things
week
are
I won't
going
be here.
on.
I thought you would be a hotel Wi-Fi.
No, that's Friday of next week. Next week on Thursday, I'm going to be getting drunk off my ass.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Perfect. We'll be here next
There's
Friday.
an open bar at a conference, end of conference party. So
Nice.
Gotcha.
I'm going to get appropriately drunk for an event where people who might be in charge of hiring me at some point. So not off my ass.
All right.
A little buzzed.
Well, come next Friday, and maybe the end of a night at the gala. Depends on how much RP happens. But we shall
A
see.
lot.
A
It's gonna be a
lot.
lot. You know it's gonna be a lot.
It's always,
Always
a lot.
This is my only RP group. It's like, oh, it's gonna be a lot.
We do have some very fun RP.
We do have a lot to cover in the next episode as well, I have a feeling. So
I project 2 to 3 more.
Honestly,
the big drama's coming.
And we love a party.
Yeah.
An after party.
A dramatic party.
we've gotten to the aerial ballet, which is like the last main event that like you guys are free roaming for. And there is, of course, another thing that will happen that
So are you, I guess when you say getting to the end of the gala, are you including the team off within that
I
gala?
am not.
Okay.
Oh,
I was
okay.
assuming
The
you
end
were.
of the in-universe gala. A
Okay.
night at the gala.
Okay.
Still gonna be
Okay.
going.
Okay.
I guess that helps a lot because I was like, how are we gonna do the team
Yeah.
off on top
And
of
all
all of
this
the
drama.
other
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
And
On top of this,
druids.
these piles of
Druids.
things we have to do.
I think we need to form an Altair defense force for whatever.
Yes, going forward. This poor
Yeah,
man.
Protect
Poor
this
man.
Small anxiety man. Or tall anxiety man. But,
I made eye contact with Blondie.
Medium height anxiety, man.
She's
Blondie
hunting me. She's hunting me now.
I mean, he's tall for Elytra, but everyone's tall for Elytra. So,
We will lift Elytra up so she can be taller than everybody.
yes.
Yeah.
That's why she flies secretly.
I love
so
it.
she can be taller.
It's also
That makes
like
sense.
Cynthia flies in the other game. One reason anyways.
But yeah, that will be happening next time. For now, bye.